P&D Sports, an exclusive video broadcast.
We are live from Farmingdale, New York, the NPSFL Week 8 action between the Tri-State Shields and the NYPD Finest. I'm your host, Mike Blute, along with Kenny DeForest, a 16-year veteran of the NPSFL and of the FDNY Bravest team, but is here to help us out today. Obviously, NYPD off to a good start, 36-6 in their initial victory over Roanoke. Tri-State also beat Roanoke earlier this season, but they're matching up here, and NYPD has a lot on the line every game because they are defending champs.
Yeah, of course, and the season isn't that long, so 4 or 5 game stretch, and you got to win every one to get to that championship.
That's right. So 13 championships under the belt of the NYPD Finest, going for yet another one. You'll see today, relative to other teams in the league, a really sizable roster, a lot of talented players to choose from on the NYPD force, and certainly a lot of them show up today, the couple of which we will highlight here in a moment. But just one perspective from you on games like this, the intercity games. Obviously, you have an opportunity to play teams from out of the city and out of the state, but these intercity games, or certainly inter-region games like this, probably bring a lot more emotion to the table.
Yeah, it's your buddies, it's your friends, it's your neighbors, so it definitely brings more to the table. And some of these Tri-State guys used to play for NYPD, so there's definitely a big rivalry here, and we're going to see it today on the field.
So for those watching, to explain Tri-State Shields a little bit, it's an amalgamation of a lot of different city and state forces. So you have former NYPD players that are on there. You have people from Connecticut, Westchester, and within the city grounds, NYC grounds, that are in various forces working for sanitation, corrections, NYPD. So it's a mixture of the team that brings them together, and they're very competitive. And a couple of players that we should start with to highlight are on the Tri-State Shields would be James Ingram. He's going to be number 11, defensive back. He's a veteran here. He's an NYPD officer, played at De Anza College in California. It's his second season, Kenny, with the Tri-State Shield, and a very big presence in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, he's a good player out there, and as you can see, he played 14 years for the NYPD.
Yeah.
So he knows this team well. He knows all the receivers, the quarterbacks. So it'd be interesting, the trash talk going out there today between Ingram and the rest of them.
No doubt about it. Another veteran player for Tri-State Shields is Patrick Schmidt, number 54. He holds it down on the offensive line. He's from this area, played at Massapequa High School, 4 years with the NYPD, in his third season with the Tri-State Shields. He plays offensive line, plays some guard, but a veteran presence on the offensive line.
Yeah, and he's got a little to brag about with playing a home field advantage almost, and also former NYPD players. So.
And on the flip side, we have the NYPD players to watch. Player spotlight, Kyle Johnson. He's a wide receiver with NYPD. Played at Pace, his 5th season with the NYPD Finest. He's number 9, Kyle Johnson.
Yeah, he's a big target out there. They like to go to him. Also Pace out here, so another hometown hero. So we'll see how he does today.
And finally, Maurice Evans, number 45, defensive end for NYPD. I'd say he has probably as many bona fides as anybody in this entire league. Spent time in the NFL. It's his second season with NYPD Finest.
Yeah, Penn State player, New York Giant player. So his pedigree is probably top-notch, as you said out there.
You'll be surprised at the level of talent in this league and on this field today. We're going to get started with the national anthem in a few moments, and obviously the players will be out here to walk to the middle of the field and get a coin flip to see who's going to receive the ball. Let's look at some keys to the game here, and we'll start out with the Tri-State Shields. As you can see, they're going to need to limit mistakes. Converting on third down, really important, and containing the QB, Davion Quinlan for NYPD, going to be really important for Tri-State Shields.
Yeah, that's a tall task. Any game you see Quinlan in, he's running and scrambling all over. It's a second option for him, and it's a great one.
Yeah, so you have to minimize those big plays that Quinlan can provide. And on the flip side, Tri-State Shields, who we've seen already in action on the NPSFL network already, need to play great defense. They're going to need to contain Quinlan like we said no special teams, NYPD is going to have to contain David Ugart, the quarterback for Tri-State. Special teams mistakes were a real issue for them against FDNY. Punting was a real problem, didn't convert any kicks. So if they're able to establish running the ball here, Kenny, I think they'll have a better time trying to keep NYPD off the field and converting some first downs.
Yeah, with all those bodies, NYPD, exactly. Long drives, key to the game, and hopefully they switch kickers maybe.
Yeah.
Coach.
Look, Ugart is a very talented player. He's a veteran player for the Shields, and we're going to call his name a lot. He's obviously got the ability to throw the deep ball, and he'll call his own number on some keepers. But for him to have to also handle the kicking duties, I think it was a hindrance to them against FDNY.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, so it looks like we have a result here. It's going to be NYPD taking the ball for the kick in the first half here. As they are the home team, they decided to receive the ball here.
Always with a good defense, PD, so no surprise they're taking the ball. They want to score, open it up right away.
Absolutely. So set the tone. Like we said, in their first game, it was a 36-6 victory over Roanoke, and that brings them to 1-0. Tri-State 1-1, a 17-12 loss to FDNY Bravest, and a 42-14 victory over Roanoke. So 1-1 on the season. Tri-State, see if they can move to 2-1 against the toughest team in the league and the team with the most championships all time in NPSFL.
Stay right there.
So, okay, we know NYPD is going to take the ball. We'll take a quick break right here. We'll come back with NPSFL action.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Ready for kickoff at Farmingdale High School. This unbelievable facility here, Kenny. Obviously, Farmingdale, we have middle school here, we have the high school here. A ton of action happens on this field, and we're excited to bring you NPSFL here today. NYPD will take the kick after winning the kickoff. Here is a little bit of their starting lineup. Will flash up on the screen. NYPD starting lineup. You talked about Kyle Johnson already. Starting quarterback Davian Quinlan is obviously an impressive athlete. It's going to be up to Tri-State to stop him.
It can't be one guy to take him down. They're going to take a couple guys to get Quinlan down if he decides to get out the pocket and start scrambling.
Yeah, so a lot of experience on the offensive line here for NYPD. And on the defensive side of the ball for Tri-State. We already talked about James Ingram. He's a 16-year veteran of this league. Played for NYPD for a number of years. He's the player to highlight. But a few other guys here. Preston Iwagiran is a name we may call. You won't miss him because he's 6'8", 320, biggest player probably in this entire league, Kenny, and we'll see if he can make some stops. Here's the kickoff taken by number 12 for NYPD.
Yeah, a little laundry on the field already on the opening kickoff.
That's right. So that was Chris McGrain, the wide receiver. He takes the kick, and we have we've moved to the dynamic kickoff in the NPSFL. Yeah. So what we have seen in the first couple of games that we've called here are some procedural penalties, people being offsides on the kickoff. I think that may be the case here.
I tell you what, Mike, if I was still playing, I'd probably be going offside still. Yeah. I'm a little confused myself about this kickoff.
It's hard, right? You have 16-year veterans of this league, and we just called out James Ingram's name. You were a 16-year veteran, and trying to get used to the new procedure of the dynamic kickoff is tough. So McGrain takes it back to the 37-yard line. The 5-yard penalty moves it up to the 42-yard line, and we will switching out the football right there. Okay. All right, so here we go. We got Quinlan under in shotgun. He is flanked by a couple of backs here, so they go with a wishbone-type look here on first down. 2 receivers out to the right. And it'll be a handoff on first down to number 2, William Woodley. He takes it barreling through the line all the way up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, nice little run off the left side. Broke first tackle. Came down about 9 yards. First down there. Look at that.
Yeah. So there you go. Got a first down. All right, they give him the first. So it's a 10-yard run for Woodley.
Yeah. Jonathan Pickett coming up short with that tackle.
Yeah. All right, so we talked about NYPD with the ability to make big plays, but them trying to establish the run early. Woodley with that first carry. There's Quinlan back in shotgun, same setup, and it is to number 5 off the right tackle, but he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss. That's Justin Felder, the running back for NYPD. So it'll be 2nd and 11, Kenny.
Yeah, almost the same play, just now to the right side. Tri-State picked that up, so now we'll get 2nd and 10.
So we bring, all right, Woodley, Felder comes off, Woodley back on the field for NYPD. Kelechi Agu, the tight end, was in the backfield as well on that last one. So almost an H-back look there, Kenny.
Yeah, 2 backs again out there. They're going to go heavy. They got a lot of power up there, up front on that O-line.
So you see the Iwagiran, number 34 there in the middle for Tri-State Shields. He's trying to jam things up. All right, a little quick bubble screen there. That's to number 12, McGrain. McGrain picks up a quick one. All right, they pick up 6 or 7 yards on that.
Yeah, that's a common play you'll see in the National Public Safety Football League. That guy's uncovered. They're going to get out too quick, pick up the 5 yards, and manageable 3rd down here.
That's right. So it will be an important 3rd down. NYPD, rather, gets the first down, and now they find themselves in a 3rd and 5. They're on the Tri-State 45-yard line, so it'll be important to try to pick something up here, not in field goal range. NYPD, we were watching warm-ups. They do have a kicker that can boom it, but I don't see any 62-yard field goal attempts happening anytime soon. But here he is again in shotgun formation, back on each side. And that's Quinlan rolling out and tries to dump it off to Woodley, but overthrows him, and it is incomplete.
Yeah,
go ahead.
A little pressure in the face there. Quick throw, a little high for the running back. So it's like PD's going to come out here and have to punt the ball.
Yeah. So it'll be 4th down here. 4th down. That is number 91, Tom Zabransky, is back to punt. He handles the kicking duties as well. He's standing with his heels on his own 42-yard line, and back deep for Tri-State. That is number 6, Ramel Joseph. He handles most of the return duties for Tri-State Shields. All right, the snap's good. Gets off a decent kick, and he's going to get a good bounce there. We'll see if it goes all. No, it stops just short of the end zone. Did they save it?
Oh,
they
looks
did
like they
save
save
it. That's an unbelievable play down there.
Yeah.
That's number
Looks like number
is it?
40,
Number
perhaps.
40 for NYPD.
Had to leave his feet there to stop that one from going to a
Joseph
touchback.
Joseph Parisi, the defensive back. Here's the replay here, Kenny. So he looks like he gets it right before he does. Unbelievable.
Play.
And that's down by number 16, Earl Lucas, another defensive back. And we're going to go right back to live action here. No time for a break as Tri-State runs onto the field again. That offense led by David Ugart. He stands at 6'1", 225. He's in a shotgun formation. We've got 4 wide to start it out here. No tight end here, lone back here to help him out. I think that's Sherman in the backfield.
And they're stretching the PD out. A lot of big men up front for that D-line as well for PD, so stretch them out. It's going to help Tri-State all day.
Man in motion. And we got a flag already. Ugart slips out of pressure right there, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets across the 5-yard line. But that feels like a procedural penalty on Tri-State, Kenny.
Yeah, it looked like 2 guys were moving at the same time, which is a no-no in any league.
Yep. That was Jamar Sanchez, number 3, was in motion before that. Well, it's not going to cost him any yardage.
No, backed up pretty good. So
it's first down yet again. Because Ugart actually broke a couple of tackles there. He picked up about 5 yards, so that eliminates that gain. But he's going to have to be fleet of foot here because he's in his own end zone now. They can get caught for safety here just a couple of minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day for Ugart if he's going to have to scramble like that all day.
All right, he's got Sherman by his side, does Ugart. On first down and still call it 10. He's back to pass. Oh, that is a risky play. He quick out to Joseph, who is wrapped up in the end zone. He gets out of the tackle and up to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, that one was right down the line of scrimmage, and the defender was right there. Like you said, very risky play. But picked up a couple yards, give him a little breathing room perhaps. They're right to the line here. They're going quick.
Yeah, big tackle there. A big broken tackle there by Joseph to get out of it. But here we are, 11 and a half minutes left in the first. We got another procedural penalty. Let's throw up the offensive lineup here for Tri-State. We've mentioned the quarterback Ugart already, a veteran of the league. He stands at 6'1", 225. Mike Sherman, one of the running backs there, along with Derek Johnson. We highlighted Pat Schmidt, veteran offensive lineman. And there's some of the receivers. Ramel Joseph, Chris Cribbs, Pat Alchovy, Jamar Sanchez. They try to use speed, quick-hitting passes, but Cribbs hit a huge play against FDNY for nearly 70 yards last time out.
We're going to have to highlight Pat Schmidt again because he just went off sides there. Yeah. Backs him up a little bit more.
He's feeling the pressure, obviously, of that NYPD offensive line. There's Ugart scrambles out to his left. He pump fakes. He's across the 10-yard line, across the 15, and he's going to pick up his first down. They had everybody covered. Looked like it could be a covered sack there, Kenny, but he scrambles and picks up the first.
That's what he does. And I got to give a shout out to 85 out there, Chris Cribbs, with a nice open field blocking of that DB. Got his QB a couple more yards and first down.
Number 10, Manny Tejada, fell for the pump fake. If he's kept his feet, he might have had an opportunity to come up with a huge play. But here we are. All right, breathing room now for Tri-State on the 15-yard line. We've got Ugart back there with Sherman, and let's see who else that is with them in the backfield.
Quick handoff right up the middle to Sherman, no yardage there.
Inside give. Quickly met by the finest line. First contact by 30.
So number 30 on the NYPD with the tackle. That's Ifiani Ime. He's a linebacker for NYPD.
Yeah, and Tri-State right back to the line. They're going to keep those big men for the NYPD D-line out there. Try and wind them out. Chasing Ugart around all day.
All right, Ugart in shotgun. Sherman goes out to his right. Joseph out to his right as well. We got in motion. We've got Alchovy And stopped for
Running play,
loss.
sniffed out and stopped in the
Quick
backfield.
handoff right there.
Looks like up to Harper.
Yeah, that's right.
Give to
Yeah, Tyler Harper, cornerback and wide receiver for Tri-State.
That's in the middle by 10, Manny Kahara.
All right, once again in the shotgun formation, we are at 3rd and long, 3rd and 15, Kenny, with just under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score yet. There's old Chovy in motion. And Ugart, he's got all day. He scrambles out. He dumps one downfield. We have a flag there.
Flag. Overthrow there to number 18.
Is that a pass interference?
Tyler Harper.
I think they might get a free first down here. Our lineman downfield, maybe. This would be a huge penalty. Yeah, illegal man downfield for Tri-State. So they're going to decline that penalty. It'll be 4th down, punting situation for Tri-State.
That's it, and this is where they had some trouble against FDNY. So, although the offense doesn't look like it's moving here. And there they go.
There we go. Ugart will be handling the punting duties yet again. All right, 4th down, and we're looking at 15. They are standing. Ugart will be standing. Oh, we got a new punter in here. There we go. This is what we talked about.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see if this is David Bonagura. He's their kicker. Stands at 6 foot 265. I'd call that a stocky individual.
It's a stocky, you know.
We'll see how much power he's got in that leg.
That's what counts right now. So.
And here's the snap, a good one. Bonagura does get off a really good kick, actually. That one's going to get on a fair catch there by McGrain. I think he had room to run, but they don't go broke taking a profit, right? And he's at the 46-yard line. When we come back, we'll see more action from the NYPD offense.
Can't.
All right, we're back. NYPD live on offense. We've got Quinlan in the backfield and another procedural penalty.
Yeah, a lot of moving bodies out there.
Yeah.
Penalties against the finest.
QB's got to recognize too many men moving before he makes that snap call. Back in PD up here.
Minus 48, 1st and 15.
Okay, there we go. Back at the 48-yard line now for NYPD. It'll be 1st and 15. 9 minutes left. Little nerves, I think, early for both teams. A couple of procedural penalties, but these first quarters, as you said before the broadcast, Kenny, these first quarters tend to be a little longer. I think the teams are working out the kinks at times. And trying to see what they can get done on offense. As a handoff there goes nowhere. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, remember, Mike, these let's watch the replay here.
Daniel Perez.
That's number 2. I think William Woodley again gets that carry, I believe.
You know, Mike, these guys, they get here 2, maybe 3 hours prior to the game, but, you know, they're also NYPD officers and Port Authority. So they're coming from work, they're hitting traffic just like the regular Joe, you know?
Yeah. Right.
So to get into the rhythm might take a little bit more.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think that's one of the challenges. It's impressive to watch their dedication each and every week that we're out here, but I think you do come with some real-life challenges that don't occur when you're watching other football leagues. So here we go, quick out. Quinlan to McGrain, throws it well over his head. McGrain looking for a flag there. I don't think
no, he's not getting that any day. He wasn't even looking for the ball. So.
Right.
Nice read on the outside linebacker there to stay with him. It's a great day out here.
Yeah.
It's 70 degrees, 11-mile-an-hour wind.
Can't really ask for much better than that. Look, it was about 25-mile-an-hour winds this morning. I know, courtesy of being at a Little League field with my son. But it really is a beautiful day out here. We've got great weather. We'll probably be under the lights in the second half, but great weather here. Let's see if NYPD can get anything going. Really seemingly some confusion here on offense, but Quinlan in the back in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers to his left. 3rd and 15. Back to pass. He steps up under pressure, and he's going downfield right down the sideline. He's got McGrain and overthrows it. Jeez, he had at least a first down.
He was wide open there. Everybody came up for the run, and number 12, McGrain, just leaked up the field there. Yeah, you see that linebacker peeking in the backfield.
They lost him, yeah. Brian Malone lost him there, and
he's got to
McGrain is wide open.
He had time there to settle his feet, too.
I agree. Look, that's a high degree of difficulty pass when he's rolling out like that to his left, but if he just stopped and set his feet, he had an extra second probably to deliver that. Even if he underthrew it, it better than where it landed out of bounds. So here we go, another procedural penalty. Oh, timeout, actually. So Tri-State will call the timeout, and we'll take a quick timeout and come back with more NPSFL action.
My mom was the most amazing person in my life.
I would definitely consider my mom as a hero.
I love and miss my mom very much. The worst day of my life was the day that my mother was murdered on July 5th, 2017. That same night in the hospital, when my brother and sister asked me who was going to take care of them after I had to break the horribly tragic news that our mother had been murdered, I said, I will take care of you.
There are over 1,000 families that need our help. Tunnel to Towers is honoring those heroes that risked their lives by providing them with mortgage-free homes.
First responders are human too. They have fears and families that they need to come home to. For just $11 a month, you can give back to these heroes who gave up so much for you and ensure that their families will always have a home.
Please donate $11 a month by visiting tunneltotowers.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST. Thank you.
All right, back here at Farmingdale, ready to punt is NYPD, not able to do anything there. And we got Nick Courtney is handling the kicking duties, I believe. Or is that number 91, Zabransky? Yeah, it's Zabransky. So he gets off a pretty good kick. Again, this one bounding out of bounds. That's a great kick, bounding out of bounds. They do it again. Did he step into the end zone? Two kicks in a row, Kenny.
That's a great kick. And a great play by the special teams guys. I like to take another look. I thought it actually went in, but great kick nonetheless, using the sideline.
That's 2 punts in a row that Zabransky has landed inside the 1-yard line. That's number 40 for NYPD.
Again.
Yeah. Number 40, Joe Parisi.
Parisi had the one
right.
prior.
So he is definitely their gunner on punt coverage, and he's the guy that's going to be down there downing punts. But 2 in a row inside the 1-yard line, it's rare that you see that in any level of football. So great play by Parisi, and here comes Tri-State back on offense. So we're mixing it up, Kenny. We're not even halfway through the first quarter, and both teams have had 2 offensive possessions. So just a couple of first downs in total in the game. And we'll see if Ugar can get something going here.
Yeah, more flags right now than first downs, but.
Here's Ugar back to pass. Quick hitter to Okovi. That is incomplete. First down, incomplete. It'll go to second down. Let's flash the NYPD defensive starters. Want to take a quick look at them. A couple of guys to highlight there. And you see Maurice Evans. He's the guy that we highlighted before the game. He has NFL experience, played at Penn State. Manny Tejada in the middle. You'll see his name called a whole bunch. And Ifeanyi Ime, we already called his name today. There's Ugart back to pass. He's under pressure. He gets rid of it. He was nearly tackled for a safety, but he launches it out of bounds over the head of wide receiver, so no intentional grounding or anything like that. But once again, under pressure is Ugart.
Yeah, he got lucky with that one. Got to get rid of it a little quicker, but he makes a nice play and gets the ball out of his hands, so no safety. They're coming close, though. We need a quick hitter here.
They're playing with fire. They're taking possessions inside the 1-yard line to start twice in a row. And here we are on third down after the incomplete passes. Ugor just trying to get something going offensively. He did it with his legs last time. Here he goes. He fakes it, and then gets it out quick to Joseph, who's tackled immediately at the 2-yard line. It's 4th down. They're punting it right back, and they're going to be doing that in the shadow of their own field goal.
Yeah, a little slip screen out there to the left, and those are high reward plays if you get them, and if not, then this is what happens. A yard positive, and punt teams out here now, backed up.
So here we go. We've got Bonagura will be out here for kicking duties again. This is not your standard snap, though. He's only got about a 10-yard cushion here as opposed to the standard 15. And we'll see what NYPD can put together here. You got McGrain back there, Kyle Johnson. That's not a very good kick. That one's going to land at about the 21-yard line, and we'll take a quick break here, come back with NYPD on offense.
We frequently either stop looking for signs of hope and praying for a swift end to our agonizing pain. As one who has walked down this road, I can honestly say that nothing I have ever done has given me more hope, more relief. I renew my courage like my relationship to ECAN, especially the reception of my new best friend, Dozer.
6:54 left in the first quarter. NYPD taking over in tremendous position, but Tri-State immediately calls a timeout on the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for NYPD. We'll be right back after this.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise, and I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know, and we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
For the NYPD. 1st and 10 NYPD. Quinlan by himself in the backfield on shotgun. He's looking to pass on 1st down. He's going right to the end zone. He's got O behind for the touchdown. Right off the bat. Perfect throw, Kenny.
Little post route there, right side. It's a little double grab by number 0. Almost dropped that one, but hold it in for the TD. Wide open.
Sean Obenheim, the tight end, right down the seam, wide open. I think they knew what they wanted to do with that play, and here's the replay, Kenny.
Yeah, that DB's just flat-footed, and as a receiver, they tell you if you're even, you're leaving, and that's what happened. Yeah. Flat-footed DBs, say goodbye.
Yeah.
Over his head for a touchdown.
That was Sean Kern, I believe, the DB back there for Tri-State. And here is Zabransky in for handling all the kicking duties today. 2 punts inside the 1-yard line, and here is his extra point, and it is good. So it'll be 7-0 NYPD. A bad punt leads to an easy touchdown for NYPD. And Tri-State called the timeout on that one even before they got burned. While they get set up for the next kickoff, we'll take a quick break. All right, back in Farmingdale, 7-0 lead for NYPD Finest over the Tri-State Shields. Really the kicking game, Kenny, creating these opportunities for NYPD offense. They pin Tri-State inside the 1. Tri-State's the next punt that they came up with lands not even outside the 25-yard line, and first play from scrimmage is a touchdown. So special teams feeding an scoring opportunity for NYPD.
Yeah, 3 phases of the game. Special teams is a big one. Like
Yeah.
you said, put them nice close field position, and then one play later.
So I'm your host, Mike Blewett. That voice you just heard is Kenny DeForest, a 16-year veteran of FDNY Bravest. How long are you a member of FDNY?
Oh, 22 years now.
22. Look at you.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. A Staten Island guy through and through.
Yes, sir.
We are probably rivals at some point during our lives. I'm a St. Francis Prep person. He's a Monsignor Farrell guy. So
Yeah, shout out to
here
the
we are.
Lions.
Yeah, a little Catholic school connection here to the Lions and to the Terriers for me. So excited to be here. The facilities here in Farmingdale are unbelievable. These are high school and middle school facilities, but they are tremendous. We have pristine, brand new field right in front of us where the action is taking place. A 70-degree, beautiful day here today. NYPD, we said at the beginning of the broadcast, they're 1-0. They're defending champs. They have 13 championships, so they are looking to try to continue the positive momentum and stay undefeated on the season.
Yeah, and Tri-State out here on offense, they're probably going to go with that no huddle again. Keep the big boys out there. Try and wear them down, but
they definitely like to play with tempo. And here's Ugart. That is a push-off. No call. Ramel Joseph pushes off on the defensive back there, but Ugart really tried to get a quick one out there.
Yeah, it almost looked like it went through his fingertips there.
He took a good
I don't know if we'll see the push-off. Oh, yeah, we will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And right through his fingertips.
So he was more focused on pushing off. Probably should have targeted the ball there, but Ugart took a shot at the end of that play. Too. So, all right, here we are. We are second now and 10. Ugart back to pass again. A quick hitter outside. Is that to?
It's like Harper.
Number 18. That is Tyler Harper. He plays both sides. Cornerback and wide receiver. Stands at 5'7", 200 pounds. So they get a quick screen there to pick up just a couple there. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Tri-State.
Yeah.
They really operate with pace, and I think there's times when you're watching, you can get frustrated with the fact that they don't have anything going, but over the long haul of the game, it generally pays off for them. It never feels like they're out of a game, even when they're trailing, because they have the ability to sort of pick up tempo. They like these quick hitting plays that could spring for huge plays. They did it against FDNY just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, get the playmakers the balls in the hand. That's what you want. Let these guys make runs after the play, but not right now. 4th down. Looks like they're going to come with the punt team. So
unfortunately, 0 for 3 really on these drives. Just the 1 first down so far. And we'll see if Bonagura can get off a better punt than he did last time. We've got McGrain and I believe Johnson back to field the punt for NYPD, excuse me. And
it's a better punt there.
Is slightly better. I don't know that one went all that far, but he does get it across midfield, and it'll be NYPD taking over on offense from their own 48-yard line.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise. I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at Gary Sinise Foundation.
All right, here we go. Devion Quinlan in the backfield here. All right, Quinlan in the backfield by himself here, Kenny. He's got 5 wide here. Yeah, five wide. So they're going empty here. Scored a touchdown on their last offensive play, and here's Quinlan back to pass. And he's right downfield, right back down the middle. Is that Johnson bobbles it? Does he grab it?
Next with number 9.
Looks like a catch from up here, but he had a rough spot in it.
Kyle comes down with it.
Peace University, Kyle Johnson.
That's a great catch, actually.
Good catch.
Here's a replay again.
Yeah, so he gets bumped to the line and then just right up the seam, you know. With that cover, too, that's the open areas, just right in that middle. He dumps that ball right over the linebacker's heads for another first down.
He got high load on that one, so it banged up a little bit. But he's off the field. I think they're checking him out. Banged up, but he was able to hop off the field there. I'm sure he'll be okay. We'll see if he's back in action soon. But back to the action, a big gain there of more than 20 yards, 24 yards on the play. So NYPD will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Tri-State 28-yard line. And they like what they saw last time, Kenny. It'll be empty set right here. Quinlan in shotgun 5 wide. He calls his own number right up the middle. He's across the line of scrimmage and more. That is good for right near the first down marker. I think he's just shy. It'll be 2nd and 1 inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice play call. Spread him out wide. Looked like the safety was cheating, but nice run by number 8, the PD quarterback, picking up a first down.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9 yards, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, just shy of the first down there. Quinlan looking over to the sideline for the next play call. Tri-State switching out a couple of players here on defense. They've already used 2 of their timeouts to make sure that they're in a good position defensively. I don't know if they're going to use one here, but with 4 minutes left in the first, they don't want to be 14 down inside the first quarter. NYPD already showing a lot of firepower. 36 points in their first matchup against Roanoke. And 7-0 here early. Quinlan, once again, empty set, 5 wide. And he's back to pass. And he's going to look for a quick hitter over the head, unfortunately, of number 14, Mike Miller. He had McGrane out wide. He was open, but he wanted to go for the home run ball there.
Yeah, he's going for it all.
Just over Miller's head.
Well, 2nd and 1, you know, I might have went for it, too, there. Like you said, McGrane out there. Would have picked up an easy first down, but you know what? That big old line, they might hand the ball off here and convert the first down anyway.
I think he had him beat on the route maybe, but that's a high degree of difficulty pass. You're trying to drop it in over his shoulder in coverage. I think I would have taken the profit there, but Quinlan already with 7 points on the board. We'll see what he does here. They're going to like this empty set, I think, for most of the day. They go 5 wide here. Quinlan in shotgun. He calls his own number again. He's trying to pick up the first down, and he will do it across
Quinlan
the
again, the ball
15-yard
carrier.
line. First down, NYPD.
That's it. A little run play up the middle, going with what works behind the big horses. First down inside the 20 here for PD.
You know, some of the teams, I noticed this during the FDNY game that I
Another
called
by the shield blast
just a
out
few
of the
weeks
pack.
ago, and they played
34
Tri-State. They
Preston.
came away with a 17-12
You
victory.
Wolverine.
They rotate quarterbacks. They have a couple of guys that are perhaps not as experienced. They rotate quarterbacks in and out, get different looks on the offense. I don't know that NYPD is going to do that today. Quinlan, obviously, in command of the offense. He was one of the star players of their championship team there last year. So the stability on offense is probably a huge key for them.
Oh, without a doubt. They know what they're getting back there with Quinlan. You know, he's the starter, and no one's taking his position. So a lot of consistency with him back there.
And it's not a criticism of FDNY. They obviously have a couple of players, very athletic QBs that they like, but mixing it up sometimes it makes it harder for the QB to get into a rhythm. And here's Quinlan in rhythm as he rolls out to his left. And that pass is dropped. It was to Kieran Fitzgerald, the wide receiver. Quinlan ran him over to the sidelines there, but he did bobble it. What do you see here, Kenny?
Yeah, I saw a drop pass. Period.
Face a 2nd and 10.
Looked like 88 just coming to the sideline.
Quinlan, the righty, rolling to his left. We've seen that a couple of times already. I think a little bit of dealing with the sun, too. Fitzgerald looking back into the sun. Kenny was a wideout for many years, so he's allowed to criticize the other wideouts for dropping the passes. But
close to that sideline. Maybe he was trying to get the feet down, too.
Yeah.
So
Trying to get the feet down, dealing with a little bit of sun. I'm a little surprised that Quinlan is rolling to his left as the right-handed QB. I thought he'd be more comfortable rolling to his right, but he's made a couple of plays that way already. Now he's got Woodley in the backfield with him in shotgun formation, and he's going to call his own number again. He cuts it back to the inside, across the 10, across
Quinlan
the
keeps it on
right
the ground.
down to the 7-yard line.
8, Quinlan the tackler.
Just shy of the first down, it
Perez.
looks like, Kenny. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, another quarterback run play, design with the running back and leading his way. But he breaks a nice tackle there, gets good amount of yardage.
Yeah, Quinlan's got size too. He's athleticism, but he's not an easy guy to take down. He obviously has the ability to throw the ball, but his running ability, I think, was what makes him such an important part of this league, of this team, and of this league, and makes him an MVP candidate.
Yeah, the more the merrier to take down Quinlan.
We got a penalty in the huddle.
Too many men
in the huddle.
Illegal participation. Too many men in the huddle.
Okay.
5 yards back. 3rd and 6.
Did they bring somebody on too late? Is that what we're thinking there, Kenny?
You know, that I missed it myself, but if you have 12 in the huddle, if I come on and somebody doesn't come out,
yeah,
and we're 12 in a huddle, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
So I blame the guy going in. He didn't pull somebody out.
Correct.
You know who you're going in for. Tag him on the shoulder. Get him out of there.
All right. I think we got now it goes from a 3rd and very short to back to about a 3rd and 6 here. A very power look here for NYPD, and we got a timeout. NYPD didn't like what they saw. They had a power look there from going from empty and 5 wide. They had a power look set up there on 3rd and 6. We got a timeout here, so we'll come right back after this message.
Today's game is being...
Okay. We're not going to go away here. We'll do fundthefirst.com is the #1 trusted and free fundraising platform for those who serve their families and their friends. Fund the First is in the business of supporting first responders, military, and medical professionals. Visit fundthefirst.com today to launch your fundraiser. The Billy Moon Foundation. Organ donation can have a profound impact on not just a recipient, but donors and communities as well. We strive to be that lifeline of support for those in need. Visit BillyMoonFoundation.org for more information on how you can register to become an organ donor today. So, thank you for that. And we are back to live action. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 6, Kenny. NYPD up 7, 2 minutes to go in the first. That penalty very costly as they had a 3rd and short. They went with the power look there coming out of the penalty. Now we'll see what they do after the timeout.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 here. I cooked up a good little play for Quinlan. He's going to be involved no matter what, whether it's his feet or his arm.
So there you go, power look.
Yeah,
got
running
3
backs.
backs. We haven't seen that yet today out of them. And Quinlan under center for the first time today. He's going to roll out to his left. He throws into the end zone. He was looking for, is that Obenheim again?
Yeah, Obenheim.
Sean Obenheim, the tight end who caught the touchdown earlier, but that one just over the outstretched hand of Obenheim. He got grabbed a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, he was trying to sell it there.
Yeah.
Little LeBron.
4th down.
What didn't trick Tri-State, though. You come with the heavy set, you throw the pass play, and Tri-State was not fooled.
That's right. All right, so here's Zabransky out handling all the kicking duties today, as we said earlier. And Zabransky, this will be exactly 30-yard attempt. He was true on his extra point earlier today. Obviously had a couple of punts as well. Good kickoff. We'll see if he can continue his perfect day, and that one is up and looks left. No good.
Right.
Yeah, so he hooked it. Left, no good. Tri-State gets away with that one.
Holds.
So we'll head to a break right now and come back with Tri-State on offense.
My mom was the most amazing person in my life.
I would definitely consider my mom as a hero.
I love and miss my mom very much. The worst day of my life was the day that my mother was murdered on July 5th, 2017. That same night in the hospital, when my brother and sister asked me who was going to take care of them after I had to break the horribly tragic news that our mother had been murdered, I said, I will take care of you.
There are over 1,000 families that need our help. Talented Towers is honoring those heroes that risked their lives by providing them with mortgage-free homes.
First responders are human too. They have fears and families that they need to come home to. For just $11 a month, you can give back to these heroes who gave up so much for you and ensure that their families will always have a home.
Please donate $11 a month by visiting tunneltotowers.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST. Thank you.
And we are back here for Tri-State to take over on offense, 7-0. They avoid a field goal there from Zabransky being tacked on. Wide open, Ramel Joseph. Oh, my goodness.
Little thrown behind
Ramel
him.
Joseph is wide open there, and you have to say Ugart threw it behind him.
A little behind him, yeah, but if he comes up with that, he's still running.
Yeah, that's an easy touchdown, to be honest. I think NYPD missed
slant
coverage.
route.
NYPD missed coverage there.
Oh, yeah.
Wide open. The linebacker got in the way. I don't think he got any contact on it. But that would have been a race to the end zone between
Yeah, he's
Joseph.
going to be upset. He's going to want that one back.
Between Joseph and Mustafa Young for NYPD. Here's Ugart on the keeper, out to his left. He gets hit and out of bounds.
Nice run.
On the play. Good run. Picks up about 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4 from their own 25-yard line. Here you see it again, Kenny.
Yeah, it gives it. I don't know if he was supposed to go right there, but
30.
Maybe a broken play.
kind of delayed 45 there, and then he scrambles out to the left. And again, Chris Cribbs out there, 85, blocking great for his quarterback.
Yeah. And that's number 30 on NYPD on the tackle. Ime yet again with a play. All right, so here's Ugart in the backfield with Derek Johnson, and he's back to pass. Quick hitter there. Again, not on the same page as Okovi, the wide receiver there.
Coverage by 16.
And that's a quick 4th down. So they run with a lot of pace.
Yeah,
I said this earlier. They run with a lot of pace, but there's some high degree of difficulty plays that they're not connecting on, and it's leading to very quick possessions. And then, unfortunately, Kenny, putting their defense on the field a lot.
Yeah, they're going to be tired, everybody, in the game. This keeps up. It just seems like miscues, like you're saying.
Yeah. All right, 2 guys back to receive the kick for NYPD. McGrain, per usual, and then number 34, Joe Boccia. And it bounds towards McGrain. Is he going to pick it up? No, he backs away from it. I think that's the right call. Ball is at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, you get one bounce. One bounce, you can pick it up. After that, get out of the way.
That's right. He was sort of in between. It wasn't a great kick. They do get a good roll, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 40 for NYPD.
NYPD possession, their own 40-yard line.
As the offense gets set up, I want to talk about for a minute, ECAD, that's Educated Canines Assisting with Disabilities. Our mission is to enable people with disabilities to gain greater independence and mobility through the use of specially educated dogs. Visit ecad1.org to learn more about our Service Dogs program. All right, 1st and 10 here. We've got Quinlan in the backfield, Kenny. 4 wide here. He's got 1 back with him. So they've used multiple backfield sets on the day to keep Tri-State guessing. And here he's looking downfield is Quinlan. He rolls back out to his right, and that one is complete to number 88, and that is Kieran Fitzgerald. We called his name earlier when he had the miscue, but here he is coming back to his quarterback, working back to the QB on when he couldn't find anybody. He seemed working back there, right, Kenny?
Yeah, and that's all Quinlan. I would venture to say he's the 5th read on that play.
Yeah.
3 receivers and the running back left side, and he's coming back right side because the other guys were covered. That's a great play by Quinlan.
Yeah, not a huge gain, but still good for 3 or 4 on the play, and it'll get them a 2nd and 6. This will probably be our last play of the first quarter here if they even bother to snap it. We'll see if they are down to inside of 10 seconds, but Quinlan's ready to go. Again, 4 wide, 1 back with him. He's back to pass. And he's going to tuck it and run. He's across the 50-yard line to across the 45. A big hit there. Number 31 for the defense. That is Raheem Bradshaw at 5'11", 180. He sends Quinlan to the ground. I think they're both going to feel that one a little bit later, but a big first down for Quinlan.
Yeah, hole wide open for him. All receivers covered, so he's scrambling. 15 yards at least, first down.
All right, that's the end of the first quarter live in Farmingdale. NYPD 7, Tri-State Shields 0. We'll be back after this.
Starting the second quarter, NYPD
Well, we are back.
possession.
And here's NYPD. All right, Kenny. So we've seen a lot of NYPD on offense in the first quarter. 7-0 lead. Tri-State avoided a 10-0 deficit with the missed field goal. But Quinlan consistently able to pick up first downs, and here he is in shotgun formation. This is a straight run call for Quinlan. He's across the 40, across the 30-yard line. That's a big run right there.
Great run by Quinlan again.
So picks up another first down all the way down to 30.
No, nothing fancy about this player. No. Bring him out right, give him a blocker up front, and let him choose the hole. Comes inside the tackle there.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing, too, is this NYPD offensive line has a lot of size and ability, and I think they are really been able to protect Quinlan well in the first half. We haven't seen him under pressure much, and with his ability to run, this is a tough team to play in this league. Quinlan calling his own number a lot. I think they're probably going to look for something big here. If I had to guess, I wouldn't be surprised if they take this one-on-one matchup at the top of your screen. And there's Quinlan back. He rolls to his right. Actually, he's going to go short here, and the back, not looking at all. He released out of the backfield on that one, Kenny. That was Nico Ramirez, the wide receiver, and just not on the same page.
No, and, maybe Quinlan was just trying to get rid of it, too. He's getting pressured, getting close to the sideline. So, but 22 was not looking, so can't make a catch right. We're not looking at it.
And nearly hit him in the back. So, but we are underway in the second quarter. The 1-0 NYPD taking on the 1-1 Tri-State Shields, and it is 7-0. Second and 10 from the Tri-State 29-yard line. And that's Quinlan in shotgun formation. Woodley in the backfield. McGrain out to his right. McGrain coming in motion here. And Quinlan back to pass. He looks to dump it off to Woodley, and it is deflected up into the air by number 8, Daniel Perez, and falls incomplete.
Yeah, trying to set up a little screen to the running back right in the middle. Just a little overthrown, and number 8 almost comes up with the interception.
He was looking for Woodley, the back there, and just overthrown.
Yeah, Daniel Perez with the almost interception. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised.
Yeah, we all
threw it right to him, but not able to come up with it. NYPD taking their time to the line of scrimmage here. You got Kieran Fitzgerald out to the right, as is McGrain. Number 22 for NYPD, that is Nico Ramirez out to the left. Woodley in the backfield with Quinlan. Quinlan back to pass, no pressure, easy one to McGrain, right down the middle for a touchdown.
That's a beautiful catch and throw there for a touchdown.
Well, we've seen Chris McGrain involved in the offense a lot, and that's his first big contribution of the day. Easy touchdown pass for Quinlan. We'll take another look at it.
Right down the middle of the field. Here. They're owning that middle of the field there.
Oh, called back.
Look at that. We're chatting about the TD. They called it back.
Holding. Jeez, I didn't see that flag. Excuse me.
Here comes the replay. But
yeah, here's the replay. I don't see where's the hold. Oh, there we go. Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, as easy as that touchdown pass was, it's coming all the way back. And instead of a touchdown and a 14-0 lead, it's going to be 3rd and 20 here from the 39-yard line.
Tri-State getting bailed out again on us.
That's right. They've had a couple of plays here where these penalties are putting NYPD behind the sticks here. Similar setup as that last play. Here's McGrain coming in motion. And Quinlan takes the snap back to pass. He's going to roll out to his left. He's calling his own number. He's going to try and go for it. He's not going to get there. That's number 40 on the defense for Tri-State. That is Garfield Heslop, standing at 6'4", 220. He runs Quinlan out of bounds. And that will be 4th down and about 12.
Yeah, a little pressure up the middle. Sends Quinlan out to the left. Picks up some yardage. Let's see what PD's going to do here on their 4th down.
So, kind of in no man's land here, Kenny, right?
Mhm.
31-yard
Really
line.
is.
Zabransky misses the 30-yarder earlier. So now they have to make the decision, do you leave him out there for what would be a 48-yard kick? He's got a big leg. We saw that in pregame. But they're going to opt to go. They're opting to go for it.
Quinlan's your man, so.
You try and do a hard count here, pick up an easy 5, make it more manageable. We'll see if he does it. But Quinlan's back. They have a bunch set to the right, and that's the way he's going. He's scrolling right. He's limping a little bit, is Quinlan, and he throws that pass incomplete. You notice that? He's hobbling a little bit.
A little bit. Boy, incomplete pass there. Yeah, Tri-State coming out of it unscathed there.
So Tri-State's got to feel pretty good about that. They looked like they were in a tough spot there for a minute, down 14-0, but that's not the case. We are going to stay here with live action. We talk about On Your Six Bourbon Whiskey, inspired by everyday heroes like nurses, police officers, teachers, and firefighters who make this country so loved and respected. We keep the military tradition of grabbing a drink to celebrate someone who's got your six. Visit onyoursix.com today to purchase your first bottle. All right, live action here. We got Ugart in shotgun formation for Tri-State. They take over at their own 31-yard line. A fake handoff and quick one out to Okovi, who drops it. Probably had 6 or 7 yards there, but Okovi and Ugart, once again, not on the same page. Second or third time we've seen that from the two of them today. So they're knocking the rust off, hopefully, by the end of this first half with 12:46 left in the second, 7-0, and nothing consistent from Tri-State offensively.
No, not at all. You got to come up with that pass. A little out route there on 6 yardage.
All right, they're going to, once again, it'll be 4 wide here. And Ugart throws it over again. Okovi right back to him, off his pads there. I don't know if he's dealing with, I don't know if some of these guys are dealing with the sunlight issues.
Yeah,
but
the sun's
what do you see
coming
here,
low,
Kenny?
yeah. Just 3 yards turn around. He's running straight up the seam and just
That's an
perfect
easy
pass,
first-
and
it's an
he
easy
just
first
drops
down.
it.
That's an easy first down. If
No
he
one there
gets-
to really hit him either. He wasn't worried about getting hit. Got to focus. Got to look those balls in, boys.
So 3rd and 10 for Ugart and the Tri-State Shields, and he's well under pressure and dropped
jailbreak.
for a loss. That was a jailbreak, right, Kenny?
Yeah, it looks like Blitz from 1994. 64, Nintendo 64. Yeah, a 5-man sack there. Can't do nothing with that.
It really was. There's 1, 2, 3 guys in on the sack with 2 more piling on, a dog pile at the end there. So with just over 12 minutes left in the second quarter, Tri-State punting back to NYPD, and it'll be Bonagura again back to kick.
Yeah, let's
back
see if
to
he can-
receive for. All right, we got a new look there, I think, for NYPD.
Yeah,
it's
2 back now.
It's McGrain and then Joseph Moscato, the wide receiver, back to take this kick. You see McGrain shielding his eyes there, Kenny. I think that's indicative of what the players are dealing with right now. That sun is pretty low in the sky, and nearly blocked. He got it off. A great kick, his best kick of the day, and they have to let it bounce.
Look at this.
That is going to be the best kick of the day, and he picks it up after it bounced back about 30 yards.
He's got
and he
some
comes
room.
back. Moscato does have some room. He's across the 20, gets it back up to the 25. So I don't think they wanted to let it bounce and do that, but he does save what could have been a huge punt for Tri-State. Gets it back to respectable yardage at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, PD almost blocked it there. He booted a good one and then got some positive yards on the return.
All right. So Moscato, all right, he returns it to the 26. It'll be 1st and 10 NYPD when we come back right after this.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact?
Okay, we are back in action. New look at QB for NYPD here, Kenny.
Yeah, a little toss out to the right here.
O'Connell with the pitch to number 5.
Flag on the
So we
field.
talked about it earlier, where some of the teams in NPSFL switch it up at certain positions, get guys different playing time. Obviously, you want, when people are volunteering their time like this to play, you want to give them some snaps. That's the case even at QB. Anthony O'Connell now in. As important as Quinlan is to NYPD's success, they are getting some snaps for Anthony O'Connell, the QB. And on first down there, we have a face mask and a huge gain. So they start at the 25-yard line, and now they're all the way up to the 44-yard line after that first down play.
Yeah, Quinlan takes a lot of snaps, so he could be taking a series off. Just get some water, get a blow. See what O'Connell can do, what he can bring to the team. He's a long, lanky quarterback. Big arm.
So, all right, here's Anthony O'Connell with a one-back set. You've got 4 wide. He's back to pass, and he's looking to over the middle, and he's got the first down. Nobody touched him, and he's down on the play. Is number 22, Nico Ramirez. So there you go. Nice, easy pitch and catch there. And we got a first down, NYPD. And there is that unsportsmanlike at the end of the play. Ingram from Tri-State is pointing in the direction of NYPD. What did we miss there on the...
I think the receiver might have thrown the ball at the DB after the catch. Just saying to him, yeah, this is yours, take it. But O'Connell
I don't know if we have a replay of the in between the plays, but we'll see what happened here. First down, that is unsportsmanlike conduct. It is on the offense.
And here's O'Connell stepping up in the pocket, making a nice throw.
So there's Ramirez. He gets the ball at the 45-yard line.
Thinks he's in the pros. He's looking to take off, but...
And, yeah, so nothing there. Nothing immediately after. So it happened well after the play.
Wasn't good, whatever it was.
Yeah, so
PD.
we got a face mask that moves him up 15 yards.
Yep.
Sportsmanlike moves him back 15 yards. They do pick up the first down, so that penalty is assessed after the play. And instead of their own 45, they move back. Instead of the Tri-State 45, they move back to their own 40. But still, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Anthony O'Connell again in shotgun formation. 3 to his right, 1 to his left. He's got a single back set. That's Justin Felder standing next to him, and Felder gets the carry across the 45, a spin move across the 50, another spin move across the 45 to the 40 and into Tri-State territory down to the 39-yard line. I got to be honest, most impressive play of the day by
that was a beautiful play, Justin Felder.
A little B button there for you
that's it.
Madden players.
Hit it twice.
A spin move.
Following big number 72 up there. Here comes your first spin move. Gives a little shake there. Here comes your second. Got to pick your head up when you want to make a tackle, especially on jukey little plays like that.
Yeah, just a great run by
great
Felder, number 5. His first, it might have been his second, but his first big carry of the day there. And good for NYPD to get a different look. They've been mostly throwing the ball, but if Felder can break off some plays like that, they'll have some great balance today. Felder's going to stay in there with O'Connell. Again, 4 wideouts, 3 to the left. You've got Fitzgerald and McGrain and Ramirez to his right. 1 receiver on the top to his left. Back to pass is O'Connell, and he's quick to Fitzgerald on the outside, and Fitzgerald with a stiff arm across the 30-yard line. Just to the 29. It might have to be a measurement. I think we're right at the 29-yard line. Nope, they wave him over. And that's a first down. So, how about O'Connell? Tight spiral, quick throw.
Tight spiral. Give him the short passes. Let him throw it 3-4 yards, get warmed up, get some confidence. But he looks good back there. He's tall. Like I said, he's lanky. He's got a little presence back there.
Yeah, all right. 9 minutes, under 9 minutes to go in the first half. 7-0 NYPD. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They obviously have some faith in O'Connell because otherwise they wouldn't be letting him throw the ball like he is.
Agreed. He came out throwing too, Kenny. All right. once again, 3 to his right, and he's looking downfield. He's got nobody. He's looking to scramble and
ton of time.
see if he gets rid of it. He does, and it's back across the field. Tough play there. Fitzgerald moving across the field, and O'Connell scrambling, throws it a little bit behind him, but the pressure creating this play.
Yeah, without that D-line. Actually, he had plenty of time.
He did.
And then when they finally broke loose,
Coverage sack.
Coverage sack. And it's a tough throw. He's rolling right. The receiver's going left. Almost a good connection, yeah.
But I guess everybody covered really on that play. Nowhere for him to go. It's why he ended up scrambling out. But it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Can't give him all day like that, though.
Agreed.
Especially when Quinlan gets back in there.
That's what we were talking about earlier. The offensive line just creates so much time for no matter who the QB is. I think it's why NYPD is so formidable. A big offensive line and talented, too. And there's O'Connell. He's hit while he's sacked. They call that incomplete pass.
That was a big hit coming off
hit while he's
blind
sacking.
side.
Hit while he's throwing is what I meant to say. And that ball squirted free. I think O'Connell needs a second here. What do you see here, Kenny?
Yeah, he's looking right. He's looking for somebody. He feels like he's got somebody. But number 40 off the edge, that's a good hit.
That's Garfield Heslop, 6'4", 220. We saw him make a tackle on Quinlan earlier. He breaks through the pressure there. He's probably even being grabbed a little bit, but he gets through and creates the incomplete pass. Nearly a strip sack, but O'Connell able to have his arm moving forward there. All right. Same setup for NYPD. You've got Fitzgerald, McGrain, and Ramirez. Ramirez coming across the screen in motion. And that's a quick handoff to Felder, who fumbles it, and they're going to have to jump on it. There's a scramble for the ball. Tri-State had it initially, but I think NYPD may have ripped it away. We'll see what we got here. We'll see what the judgment is here from the refs. And it is 4th down. NYPD does get the ball. I don't know how they didn't pick that up.
Yeah, that ball.
Tough exchange from O'Connell to Felder there, but Felder hit right away by number 40 yet again.
Yeah.
You see, that's Heslop with the play.
I think he comes in there with the left hand, pokes it out, but and that ball can change 3 times at the bottom of that pile.
So we're going to be under 8 minutes to go here, and it is who's in here? All right, O'Connell's going to stay in at number 13, and number 13, O'Connell, is in under center. So, Kenny, once again in no man's land. Second time NYPD has found themselves in this position. A little too long for a field goal attempt, but it's 4th and long, 4th and 14.
Yeah, they're going O'Connell here. Spread them out.
They do call the timeout.
Good timeout for PD.
Since 9/11, we have been helping America's heroes by providing mortgage-free homes to Gold Star and fallen first responder families. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is also committed to eradicating veteran homelessness and helping America to never forget September 11, 2001. Visit T2T.org for more information or to make your donation today. The Gary Sinise Foundation. At the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation by honoring our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. We do this by creating and supporting unique programs designed to entertain, educate, inspire, strengthen, and build communities. Visit GarySiniseFoundation.org to learn more and how you can contribute to our mission. We'll be right back.
Frequently either stop looking for signs of hope and praying for a swift end to our agonizing pain. As one who has walked down this road, I can honestly say that nothing I have ever done has given me more hope, more relief, or renew my courage like my relationship to ECAN, especially the reception of my new best friend, Dozer.
Okay, here we are, 4th and 14. O'Connell in the backfield, 4 wide. He's back to pass, looking to his right, looking at Fitzgerald. Now he's progressing through. He has to tuck it, and he's not going to get that off. Sacked.
Anthony O'Connell pulled down from behind
for a loss.
That's it, another coverage sack.
Another coverage sack.
DB's playing well, locking him down.
He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage on that, but it'll be 1st and 10. The ball officially down at the 32-yard line.
And he had plenty of time. That
He
eternal
did.
clock has to be ticking. Like, oh, this is the time to get out of here.
If I had to make one slight criticism, he was locked in on the right side of the
He
field.
was,
He
big
didn't
time.
progress
Big
all the
time.
way across the field. He might have had somebody open. Ramirez across the field might have been open there, but we're back to Tri-State. Again, they get right up to the line of scrimmage and run their plays. No messing around. Ugart in shotgun formation with one back, 4 wide, and Ugart's once again rolling out to his left. He got drilled on that play. Is that, my goodness. Kenny, that is a big-time hit.
That's a big-time hit, but a big-time throw, too. He's stuck in there. Makes a great throw out there for 8 yards. Here it is. Oh, yeah, it takes it right in the chest. But
is that Devin Spade? Maybe I have to. Sorry, I didn't get the number there as to who delivered that hit. We'll have to take a look at it. Was that number 16?
I don't know. That's what it takes to play quarterback, though.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get it.
Oh,
picked off. Ugart throws it, number 43. That's Christopher Dinko, the defensive back. Not a good throw. Throws it right to Dinko, but good catch by Dinko. He sort of picks it up off the ground. We'll get a replay here for you on that.
They're just not on the same page here. Looking for that quick hit out to the right. He's literally in between both receivers. Somebody missed that block here on 43 there.
Okovi again, an intended receiver. Him and Ugart not on the same page. So something continues to fail there between the two of them. And unfortunately, it leads to a turnover for the Tri-State Shields.
See Bill Sullivan, D coordinator there in the huddle, cheering his guys on. He's been involved with football and Staten Island football for many years. He's got to be on the PD for over 20 years.
Amazing.
High school coach back in the day. St. Peter's, Moore.
We get a timeout here. We're back to Farmingdale in just a minute.
Tri-State Shields ball timeout.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
All right, 1st and 10 here. NPSFL action from Farmingdale. It's Anthony O'Connell in shotgun formation. He hands it off to Felder, who gets face masked, I believe, after a gain of 8.
So helmet on the field, a face mask penalty coming up.
And we've got people banged up. We've got penalties. That's Preston Iwagira, number 34, lost his helmet. But here's the play again, Kenny.
Yeah, this is a great little run by Felder, right up the middle.
Felder up the middle, but
doing a limbo there.
One of the linebackers grabbed at his face mask, and he's going to get tacked on 15. That might have been number 44, Brian Malone.
Equals a first down.
So a huge gain.
Huge gain.
We're talking an 8 yards plus 15, basically a 23-yard play.
Yeah.
Or all the way down to the 28-yard line.
Tri-State's making out with these penalties, but not on that one. That one's going PD's way.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10. Now, NYPD is stalled in this position a few times, right around the 30-yard line. This one now inside the 25, down to the 23. But penalties have bit them the last few possessions. Here's O'Connell with a quick throw out to McGrain. This is what they say a lot of times in football. You don't go broke taking a profit. I mean, they don't just say that in football, obviously. They say that everywhere. But in football, you hear a lot of quarterback coaches, offensive coordinators say that kind of stuff. Take the 5-7-yard gain, and we can move on to the next play. It doesn't have to be fancy, right?
It does not. Just get it to your playmaker's hands and let him get a few more yards after catch. Move the ball up. That's all you're doing here.
McGrain momentarily, we thought, had a touchdown catch earlier. That was called back due to a penalty, but he picks up a gain there of 6 yards or so. We are at the 18-yard line now for NYPD, second down. We got O'Connell in the background, in the backfield with Felder. That's Ramirez, McGrain, and Fitzgerald to his right. And there he is, quick one again to McGrain, who catches it and gets across the 15.
Over again. O'Connell 13 to McGrain 12.
Yeah. Now he gets to the 16-yard line, so just 2 or 3 on that play. Doesn't do much. Third down and 4.
Nice little fingers catch by McGrain there. Same play almost, it seemed.
Yeah. Approaching the 5-minute mark left in the first half. NYPD letting some clock run here.
I like O'Connell back there, though. You know,
he's
giving
got
these little passes.
Absolutely.
He's going to start really warming up. And
yeah, I'm a little surprised they're not looking for the ISO. You see the ISO at the top of your screen there, looking for some isolation. Here's O'Connell calling his own number. He is going to get down to them.
Sorry.
Bumps into his he bumps into his own blocker there, but a big gain and a first down for O'Connell. Here it is again, Kenny.
Yeah, that's a design run, right side. Follow the big boys. And I actually was 5 yards ahead of the play. I thought that 5-yard line was the end zone.
He ran into Fitzgerald, his wide receiver. If he cuts it back to the inside, I think he has a touchdown. But nonetheless, it is a first down. So it'll be first and goal from the 6-yard line. We are inside 4.5 minutes in the first half. And it will be the same setup. They don't go to a power look here. We've got 3 wide, and then O'Connell is on the keeper. He's across the 5 and into the.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Out of bounds.
I almost thought he was into the end zone. He's hit at the goal line, and the ball comes loose and goes back to the 5. Kenny, I thought he was almost in here.
Yeah, same play call again, off the right side. They know where their bread and butter is, and he's just got a 2-hand ball here. You know you're going to get contact. Good rip. And they got lucky. It goes out of bounds. PD.
Number 8, Daniel Perez, in on the play there. He's been in on a couple today. 6'1", 245.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's a hefty guy. So he provides the hit. A couple of guys stand him up at the goal line. So O'Connell's 6-yard run goes for naught. The ball fumbled back out to the 5-yard line, and it'll be second down. Approaching the 3.5-minute mark in the first half, and now we have a power look. O'Connell under center, I believe, for the first time here, Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, this look last time on the goal line was a pass, so
correct.
Roll out left.
Correct. They just go power right up the middle, trying to go tush push Philadelphia Eagles style, and it doesn't work. We have a flag at the end of the play. Jeez, a little extracurricular activity. A helmet came loose.
A helmet on the field, some flags.
I think that's Iwagirin again for Tri-State. He's down. We'll take a quick break here and come back with more NPSFL action.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted.
All right, here we go. Power look yet again. It's 1st and goal after the assessed unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and O'Connell is, wow, how did he get across the line of scrimmage like that? Jailbreak, you used the term earlier, and that's number 42, Ulrich Blaze with the big tackle and
Blaze.
dropping O'Connell for loss.
He might have had that snap cap timed out. That was a beautiful play.
Absolutely did. NYPD back to the 5-yard line. Third time they've been at the 5, and they are going to take – are they going to take a timeout here? No. I mean, the clock is running, so no timeout has been called.
Just a little conference
but they
with
are
the quarterback.
taking their time here. Now that's officially the timeout. Okay, so they run the clock down, then take the timeout. And with 2.5 minutes left to go in the half, we'll take a quick break and be back with more NPSFL action.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Okay, back in Farmingdale. If you're serious about winning some money, stop what you're doing and head to takingvegas.com. Their free play record this year is 22-12, and right now they're offering 7 free days of their top play service for our NPSFL network audience. Winning is great, but Taking Vegas is legendary. Visit takingvegas.com to start winning today. All right, NYPD, Kenny's got the ball. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5, yet again on the 5-yard line. Drop for a loss. Blaze with a tremendous play, dropping O'Connell before he even was able to run the play and get the ball handed off. So back at a power look, and they've dropped the snap, but O'Connell had already kneeled on it, so the ball will be down right where he fumbled it as we head to the 2-minute mark.
I'm not sure if these are college rules they play by, so the knee hits the ground, the play's over.
That's right.
Looks like a lot of these guys trying to get up and
he
some
did try to get up and run.
Extra yardage.
The only thing that's going to happen when he tries something like that is he's going to get
clobbered.
teed off. Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to tee off on him for trying to do that. We have a timeout there. Somebody took the timeout.
Yeah.
NYPD may have taken that timeout, or are we at the 2-minute warning?
2-minute warning.
There we go. So that's what it was. 2-minute warning. And NYPD will – all right, so we're at a break right now. We'll head to a commercial and come right back after this.
We're talking about the people who have put their lives on the line for this great country, the people who have lost and paid the greatest price for our freedom, for guys like me to be able to go sing songs about whatever I want to sing about every single night. And we're talking about an organization that helps support families and support the people that are running into the danger that the rest of us are running away from. And that's the kind of people I want to be beside. Those are the real heroes, man. I'm just a big fat guy with a guitar. Hey, y'all, this is Jelly Roll, and I am asking you to give $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is committed to honoring the dignity of the American service member and is committed to helping end homelessness amongst the veteran community and ensure no veteran is left behind. Providing a safe and dignified home is an imperative part of helping veterans who are homeless reclaim their lives. Donate $11 a month by calling 1-844-BRAVEST or visit T2T.org.
All right, here we go. Back in action. It's Quinlan back in here, Kenny. So they go with the QB switch here, and Quinlan back to pass on third down. He gets it out to the back.
Returning at quarterback is
Justin
number 18,
Felder.
Quinlan.
But Tri-State
Justin
with the
Felder.
play.
Yeah, nothing cooking there.
So
and here comes another personal foul, looks like.
Brought down
Possibly
by
on
Sean
Felder,
Kern.
which is not going to help
Brings
that
on
third down and goal
a
situation.
flag.
I think you might be right about that one, Kenny. See here. All right, we have the replay here. Felder dropped for a loss. So we have a flag down on the field. The refs will be taking a look at what happened here. See if they're going to assess a penalty on NYPD. A lot of times with these unsportsmanlike situations, it's a scuffle and you can get offsetting penalties, but if Felder took a 15-yarder here, it would be the story of the first half to me would be that NYPD stalling in their scoring opportunities.
Yeah, shooting themselves in the foot, helping Tri-State out with all these penalties there.
Tri-State's done virtually nothing on offense, but yeah, they're backing him up here. So that's a 15-yarder. It looks like Felder took the penalty. And that one's going to go out to the 21-yard line. So it'll be third down again from the 21-yard line. And you've got Quinlan in here. Now it's fourth down. Okay. Fourth down.
Fourth down. No field goal
Dead
kicker.
ball.
Yeah.
Dead ball penalty. That's fourth down.
21-yard line
Okay.
with a 4th and goal.
All right, 4th and goal from the 21. Not kicking.
No. They lost faith that first
I mean,
missed field goal.
It's a 38-yarder. It's not that big of an ask. But, all right, you don't see 4th and goal from the 21 very often when you have a lead, but we're going to watch it right now. Quinlan back to pass in the shotgun formation, 4 wide. Felder in the backfield. Quinlan back to pass. He's looking for Fitzgerald across the middle, and he rolls out, and now he's going to chuck it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Ooh. In the back of the end zone, they had a chance, but that was to number 17, Brian Dice Jr.
Dice Jr. had a chance there.
I think he might have been
out of bounds.
Out of bounds
Yeah.
already. What do you see here?
Plenty of time again for Quinlan. The O-line's doing a great job. Rolls out left here, and he drops one in there. I don't know if Dice was
double covered
out of the
there.
end zone. Hickory dickory dock, you know.
Yeah. So, all right. I got to be honest. Tri-State should be thrilled to be down 7-0 if this ends even 7-0 at halftime, and they have the ball with 1 minute and 10 seconds left and can do whatever they want. So, we are just in the last minute of the half. And here's Tri-State back to pass. Ugart will tuck and run, and he gets out of bounds.
On the go with Zip Ugarte.
Picks up first down.
Sure
So 10 yards for Ugart.
Yeah, nice little scramble. Get out of bounds.
Only 6 seconds comes off the clock. So
Well played by him.
They've got something to work with here. So this is the dangerous thing. You shoot yourself in the foot with all these penalties.
First down, out
You're
to
not
the
able to convert down
31-yard
there.
line.
In fact, O'Connell got to the goal line and fumbled. So they had the ball at the goal line, and now they came away with 0. And here's Ugart under pressure here. That's 45. And he does catch. That's Cribbs with the catch, and he's dropped after a gain of about 6.
To number 85.
But that was Maurice Evans. We talked about him at the beginning. He had an opportunity here to get Ugart.
Yeah, and Ugart staying cool back there, making a great throw.
That is a really good throw.
To his boy Cribbs.
The lefty gets it out to Cribbs, and here he is, Ugart, a quick hitter here. That is to, who's that? Number 11.
Tackle 10, Manny Tejada.
Ingram, James
Ingram playing a little bit of offense here.
They're going high tempo here, Tri-State.
All right, Ugart rolling out to his left again. He's going deep. There's a flag down on the play, and I think that might be a hold.
Yeah. Old lineman with his hands up in the air, usually indication of that.
Coverage by Mustafa Young.
So that was intended for number 3, Jamar Sanchez. Falls incomplete. He was under tight coverage on the play. And I believe we're going to get a hold here.
I think so.
From
54.
Tri-State. 54, Pat Schmidt.
Former PD player, 4-year on their roster.
Penalties declined?
Tri-State.
Just posit something here for you. You decline a penalty on 3rd and 1 to make it 4th and 1, giving them an opportunity to actually pick up a first down.
Yeah, that's
if
a
it's
tough call.
me, I'm accepting that penalty
I am
and making
well,
it
Mike.
3rd and 10.
I'm taking that penalty as well.
So, Ugard, considering how he can run the ball, Kenny, this is not that risky of a 4th down conversion here.
Not at all.
From their only third, he's back to pass. He's rolling out. He's under pressure. He gets away from the pressure and now throws downfield incomplete. So NYPD escapes. I'm surprised he didn't tuck it and run there for the first down, but he was under pressure the whole way.
Yeah, and that pass was to no one.
You're right. Number 70, Matthew Weiss, the D lineman, with some pressure there on Ugart.
Yeah, he cuts off
out to the
Cribbs'
outside.
butt there.
That's right.
He's probably picking that up, but
2 surprises there. I'm surprised he didn't run that, but before that, I really am surprised they don't accept that penalty.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
That's the end of the half. So that'll be it. We'll head to our halftime break and be back with more action, more second half action after this.
Ground Zero is the burial place for my brother, yet I think that not everybody can go to New York and to Ground Zero and visit the memorial there, so we felt it was vitally important once again that we carry the message that we never forget. And one way that you never forget is that if you learn what happened that day, and a lot of young kids don't even know. They hear about September 11th. A lot of them were maybe 10 years old. Now they're 22 years old. A lot of them weren't even born. And I think that one of the most important things as parents, if parents are listening, and the children, is that that you bring them here and you tell them the story. Tell them where you were on September 11, 2001, and what an impact it had in your life. It changed the world. That day has changed the world. It's not the same world it was on September 10, 2001, and I think that you have to tell why and what happened that day. Not just because Stephen died, because so many have died that day, and that, and so much of our military has sacrificed so much for us before that, but most certainly ever since. I think this statement really sums up our military and our great first responders. For those I love, I will sacrifice. And this is Kyle Hockenberry, and his house is under construction right now. And this program here, which is Building for America's Bravest, which is what we spend most of our energy on right now. That and our Never Forget Mobile exhibit here, is that we have to raise a lot of money because our men and women have paid a big price for protecting us here back here in the States, and so many of them coming back, triple, quadruple amputees. So many are paralyzed, and we're proud to say that we are committed to making sure that every one of them get a house. And it's been a journey the last 12 years. We've met some of the best Americans around the country. Most certainly, once again, our men and women who serve, but besides that, just everyday Americans who have come together to help our cause, to make sure we never forget and we honor the sacrifice.
This is a very interesting piece, and to me it's the most poignant piece in the exhibit. Welded in New York for the 10th anniversary, was presented to 3 Truck, and 3 Truck their leader that day was Captain Patrick Brown, who in his 24 years of service and the FDNY had received 21 medals for heroism. They had gotten above the 40th floor at that point, he and his men, and they heard and saw what was going on, and they were describing over the radio the injuries that were coming down so that the command post and lobby be ready for it. And the very last transmission that they were able to put out was, "This is 3 Truck, and we're still heading up." And then the building fell on them. So that was their last transmission. That's what I love. They cut out crucifixes, one for each family, one for each fire department member who died that day, to give to their family members on the 10th anniversary. So each family member of a fireman from 3 Truck has this piece of steel as a memento.
I think it's pretty amazing, especially for young kids that weren't there, to see the way our country was able to rally together in a situation like this. It's pretty incredible to bring it home.
It puts shivers up my back, and it's
a great remembrance of what we should never let happen again to our great country.
I would encourage anybody who has an opportunity to come down and visit this. It's really something that will bring back a lot of memories if you were involved on that day. And it's good for Americans to see all the things that we've gone through, and we're still here today.
Oh, I think I would encourage people to, tour the museum. It's not a long walk through, but it brings back the memories and it makes you feel like you're an American. And I think people should just go to reflect, and again, how lucky we are to live in this country.
Well, I think just taking 15, 20 minutes before the start of the game right here, where you got 70, 80,000 fans, means a lot. I think it puts the whole day in a proper perspective by kind of going through this first and understanding that the freedoms we have to watch football games are largely built on the shoulders of the gentlemen and soldiers that paid the sacrifice in combat and in New York City.
At the time, he was only 2 when it happened, so he has no idea about what has happened. And it just brings a lot of memories back that day. It's where you were at when it happened. This is a good thing.
I'm glad to see this exhibit. There can't be enough of this. We need to see more of it and remind people what happened and why we are a nation of free people.
Ground Zero is the burial place for my brother, yet I think that not everybody can go to New York and to Ground Zero and visit the memorial there, so we felt it was vitally important once again that we carry the message that we never forget. And one way that you never forget is that if you learn what happened that day, and a lot of young kids don't even know. They hear about September 11th. A lot of them were maybe 10 years old. Now they're 22 years old. A lot of them weren't even born. And I think that one of the most important things as parents, if parents are listening, and the children, is that that you bring them here and you tell them the story. Tell them where you were on September 11, 2001, and what an impact it had in your life. It changed the world. That day has changed the world. It's not the same world it was on September 10, 2001, and I think that you have to tell why and what happened that day. Not just because Stephen died, because so many have died that day. And that, and so much of our military has sacrificed so much for us before that, but most certainly ever since. I think this statement really sums up our military and our great first responders. For those I love, I will sacrifice. And this is Kyle Hockenberry, and his house is under construction right now. And this program here, which is Building for America's Bravest, which is what we spend most of our energy on right now, that and our Never Forget Mobile exhibit here, is that, we have to raise a lot of money because our men and women have paid a big price for, protecting us here, back here in the States. And so many of them coming back, triple, quadruple amputees. So many of are paralyzed, and we're proud to say that we are committed to making sure that every one of them get a house. And it's been a journey the last 12 years. We've met some of the best Americans around the country. It's most certainly, once again, our men and women who serve, but besides that, just everyday Americans who have come together to help our cause, to make sure we never forget and we honor the sacrifice.
This is a very interesting piece, and to me it's the most poignant piece in the exhibit. Welded in New York for the 10th anniversary, was presented to 3 Truck, and 3 Truck their leader that day was Captain Patrick Brown, who in his 24 years of service in the FDNY had received 21 medals for heroism. They had gotten above the 40th floor at that point, he and his men, and they heard and saw what was going on, and they were describing over the radio the injuries that were coming down so that the command post and lobby be ready for it. And the very last transmission that they were able to put out was, "This is 3 Truck, and we're still heading up." And then the building fell on them. So that was their last transmission. That's what I love. Is they cut out crucifixes, one for each family, one for each member, fire department member who died that day, to give to their family members on the 10th anniversary. So each family member of a fireman from 3 Truck has this piece of steel as a memento.
I think it's pretty amazing, especially for young kids that weren't there, to see the way our country was able to rally together in a situation like this. It's pretty incredible to bring it home.
It puts shivers up my back, and it's a great remembrance of what we should never let happen again to our great country.
I would encourage anybody who has an opportunity to come down and visit this. It's really something that will bring back a lot of memories if you were involved on that day. And it's good for Americans to see all the things that we've gone through, and we're still here today.
Oh, I think I would encourage people to, tour the museum. It's not a long walk through, but it brings back the memories and it makes you feel like you're an American. And I think people should just go to reflect, and again, how lucky we are to live in this country.
Well, I think just taking 15, 20 minutes before the start of the game right here, where you got 70, 80,000 fans, means a lot. I think it puts the whole day in a proper perspective by kind of going through this first and understanding that the freedoms we have to watch football games are largely built on the shoulders of the gentlemen and soldiers that have paid the sacrifice in combat and in New York City.
At the time, he was only 2 when it happened, so he has no idea about what has happened. And it just brings a lot of memories back. That day is where you were at when it happened. This is a good thing.
I'm glad to see this exhibit. There can't be enough of this. We need to see more of it and remind people what happened and why we are a nation of free people.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out fdnyheart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise, I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know, and we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness.
Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
If you've been injured on the job, first notify your employer, seek immediate medical attention, and then call me at 516-280-4033. We act aggressively to litigate your matters to conclusion, and we keep you fully informed throughout the litigation process. I'm here to fight for you.
For over 2 decades, Rigging NYC Contractors, Inc. has been the go-to provider of rigging services in New York City. Specializing in construction and industrial rigging, as well as machinery moving, we are dedicated to delivering safe and timely solutions. Our team consists of licensed master riggers, operating engineers, teamster drivers, steam fitters, and iron workers. No matter the industrial or construction application, we have the lifting solution for you. In addition to rigging services, we offer specialized trucking services to handle equipment and materials. Our fleet of tractor trailers and experienced drivers make us the premier choice for New York trucking, including oversized freight and heavy loads. When it comes to rigging, trust the experts, the licensed master riggers at Rigging NYC Contractors. Contact us today for more information and let us make your next project a resounding success.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Determine if you have a valid personal injury claim. First, you need an injury. Then you have to determine if someone else was negligent. If there's a link between that negligence and your injury, you've got a strong case and you can proceed.
Koval and Associates. We fight for you.
All right, folks, back at Farmingdale here. Still in the middle of halftime, but a quick update here. NYPD finest 7, Tri-State Shields nothing. The 7 points, courtesy of a Davian Quinlan 2, Sean Obenheim touchdown catch. We'll show it here in just a moment. But that 7-0 score, probably indicative of, exactly indicative of what's gone on. A lot of sloppy play offensively out of Tri-State. Here's the touchdown pass. Quinlan dropping back to pass. This was an easy one, maybe his easiest throw of the day. You see Obenheim gets open in the end zone there for the touchdown catch. Just a great pitch and catch there. Unfortunately, NYPD has gotten inside the Tri-State 30 in 3 other occasions, including down to the goal line in one instance, but a fumble and then a penalty led to a series of miscues and no points further after that. They've missed a field goal and, frankly, missed ample opportunities to run this score up on Tri-State, who's done virtually nothing on offense. David Ugart, their do-everything quarterback, hasn't really been able to get anything going, hasn't been on the same page with many of the wide receivers. We'll see if that can change. I have called Tri-State games in the past where the third and fourth quarter are very different. They run games with a lot of pace. I think it puts the other defenses, the opposing defenses, on their heels a little bit. We'll see if that tempo can put Tri-State in a better position in the second half. It was a beautiful first half. We expect, weather-wise, we expect a beautiful second half weather-wise here, although this one will be under the lights. So Kenny DeForest will join me in a couple of minutes. We'll get the action back. It'll likely be Tri-State receiving here in the second half, so they'll start off with the ball in this 7-0 game. It's still up for grabs. NYPD trying to go to 2-0. Tri-State going to move to 2-1. We'll be back with more NPSFL action right after this.
Hey Frank, how you doing? Andy Pettitte is one of America's greatest pitchers that has played for the New York Yankees. He has never forgotten what happened on September 11th.
The grief I know that you and your family had to go through, but what you've turned that tragedy into really a triumph.
What we do for catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star families, giving them mortgage-free homes.
The 100-home village that y'all are going to build down in Tampa, it's just amazing.
They go and protect us overseas. They give their lives. We better take care of their families that are left behind.
I just kept seeing those commercials over and over, and it gets to you, right? I mean, if you're an American, I really just felt, in my heart, just like, man, this is something I wanted to find out more about and look into, and then, of course, just be involved. The Bible tells us that when we restore others, that ourselves will be restored.
Join me in supporting our nation's heroes and their families. It only takes $11 a month.
Go to T2T.org.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Tom Olkers served others.
He was an incredible husband, father, NYPD officer, and FDNY firefighter.
At age 26, Tom worked at Ground Zero in the rescue and recovery efforts following the attacks of 9/11.
Throughout his courageous battle against World Trade Center cancer, Tom deeply appreciated the care provided for him and his family, including the FDNY's Family Assistance Unit.
One of the TO Foundation's first initiatives is to purchase a family assistance van to help ease the burden for other firefighters and their families when facing an illness. Together, we will honor Tom by helping first responders
and their families in their hour of need. Please visit tofamilyfoundation.org today.
I'm actor Eric Winter. Now, playing a cop on TV and tracking bad guys is fun and games. But now I understand the challenges facing real first responders. That's why I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. For more than 2 decades, Tunnel to Towers has been supporting America's greatest heroes. The foundation is continuing to pay off mortgages for fallen first responders and Gold Star families with young children. They're also building mortgage-free smart homes for catastrophically injured veterans. Now T2T is committing itself to eradicating veteran homelessness. Please donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to T2T.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST. Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Let us do good.
Determine if you have a valid person's injury claim. First, you need an injury. Then you have to determine if someone else was negligent. If there's a link between that negligence and your injury, you've got a strong case and you can proceed.
Koval and Associates. We fight for you.
We frequently either stop looking for signs of hope and praying for a swift end to our agonizing pain. As one who has walked down this road, I can honestly say that nothing I have ever done has given me more hope, more relief, or renew my courage like my relationship to ECAN, especially the reception of my new best friend, Dozer.
And the sun has set in Farmingdale, but not on anybody's chances to win this game. Tri-State Shields will take the ball here in the second half, Kenny. Down 7-0, but probably feeling pretty lucky about the fact that they're only down 7.
Yeah, without a doubt, a lot of penalties went in their favor. A lot of scoring opportunities for NYPD phased out because of that. So we got a tight ball game, even though it might not look like that on the score sheet, on the stat sheet.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Tri-State really not able to do much on offense. They run with tempo, seemingly haven't really been on the same page for the last really any possession in the first half. But we'll see what we can get done here. Nick Courtney coming in to handle the kicking duties here in the second half. Dynamic kickoff rules. He booms one out to Ramel Joseph, who picks it up on the goal line. He's across the 20-yard line and dropped. Wow, huge hit right there by NYPD. That's number 40, Joe Parisi. He down. No, it's 46 rather. That is Charles Saunders on the big hit.
It's a great open.
Joseph tries to cut it back inside, right, Kenny?
Yeah. That's a great. Look at that. Wrap the legs. That's how you make a tackle. Open field.
First possession. Second half.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. It's all here in front of Tri-State to try to get something done on offense.
Yeah, a nice long drive here would help.
Again,
Get some rhythm.
They've been really off the field quickly. I think it's the biggest thing that we notice with their offense is that, yes, they run with tempo, but it's been a couple of incomplete passes. Hopefully Ugard makes a play with his legs, and then they're punting it away. So we'll see what he does here. He is back in shotgun, the left-handed QB under pressure, and on 1st down, dropped for a loss. 2 men in on the play, but Rashawn Williams, the defensive lineman, will get credit for that sack. Big play by Williams to start off the second half.
Yeah, 2 big boys coming in there, and he tries to step up in the pocket, but there's nowhere to go there. As you'll see,
Williams
50,
bulldozing
yep.
2 different linemen. At number 58 in on the play, too. That's Daniel Effinger, and he forces Ugard into the awaiting arms of Rashawn Williams. And here's Ugard again, back to pass in shotgun. He goes downfield to Cribbs. That is complete, and that ball is ripped out, but do they call him out of bounds before that? What
that was close.
That call?
I think that's complete, out of bounds. What is it?
Let's see. Let's take another look.
This is a nice quick hit. That's what they got to do with guard.
So Cribbs gets it. Number 30 is in on the play. That's Ime again.
Oh, he was nowhere near out of bounds.
So are they saying stop forward progress before the fumble?
I guess so.
That seems like a live ball to me.
Yeah.
So, all right. Another tough call for NYPD. Doesn't matter what we think. It's 3rd down and 13 right now for Ugard.
Same old story here for Tri-State.
Yeah, it's constantly behind the sticks here, and it looks like movement there. Ugard gets one off quick to Joseph. It is complete, but it'll be 4th down and 10 punting situation here as they are only on their own 24-yard line. I could appreciate somebody being aggressive and going on 4th down. This is not the time to do it.
This is not the time. They can only go to the well so many times. But nice little catch by Joseph, but nothing going.
We're seeing
3
almost
yard.
Nothing downfield from Tri-State. Like you've talked about, these quick hitters are good to pick up yardage, but those aren't even really working for them. Can they find anything over the middle or downfield?
Yeah, I'd like to see them get Ugard out of that pocket a little. And
all right, here we are. And what do we have? Procedural penalty. There is a flag there. Too many. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. What was that?
I'm not sure what they called there.
It's a procedural penalty of some sort. We don't have the ref mic'd, so I think it was an illegal formation. I'll just leave it at that. I think they might have had too many men. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. I'm not really sure. Anyway, we got number 35 for Tri-State punting away. That's Bonagura, and that's going to be picked up by number 5 for NYPD. We've seen him all day. That's Justin Felder. He breaks free, past the 30, past the 20. Tiptoes down the sidelines. Big play from Felder, and there is laundry down on the field. And that one's coming back.
Nice return by Felder.
Let's take a look at that play again. At least celebrate Felder's big return here. He takes it on the 45-yard line and uses his speed to bust through down the sidelines, and you can see him tiptoeing at the end of this play to get inside the 15-yard line. But there is a flag on the play, and it is a hold. We'll bring it back to the – where did that hold occur? The flag is down on the 50-yard line. So do we take it back 10 from there? I think we do. All right, it'll be at the 40-yard line. All right, so second half starting to look a little bit like the first.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Killer penalties here.
If we learned anything, looks like get Felder the ball. He's dangerous with the ball in his hands.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's had the most explosive plays of this game.
Yeah.
He did have a really bad penalty late in the first half that pushed them effectively out of touchdown range and ultimately out of field goal range. But he had an explosive run in the first half. You see that explosive play called back. And you have Quinlan back under center, in shotgun formation, but he is back at the quarterback position. He limped off the field in the first half, but he's back here. He rolls out to his right, looking downfield. He's got nobody and just throws it away.
Small play there.
But are they saying he stepped out of bounds before he threw it? I believe they are. So he takes a huge loss right there, a mental error by Quinlan, who steps out before he throws the ball and takes a 7-yard sack.
I was going to give Quinlan the nod for the nice throw out of bounds, but I guess not. He stepped out of bounds before he let go of the ball. That's
mental error there by Quinlan. That is a 7-yard sack, and now instead of being at the 15-yard line, this is exactly what we were talking about in the first half, all the way back inside their own 40 now. It'll be 2nd and 17 from their own 38-yard line. They have to get to the 50 to pick up a first. And there's Quinlan back. He's got 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He's back to pass, looking. He's got nobody. He has McGrain way downfield, but he's going to tuck it and run, and he goes down.
That's a fumble.
Yeah, that's a fumble. Quinlan looks like he got hurt on the play. And Malone.
Let's see what the ref's going to call.
Malone.
Quarterback keep down with possession.
What? Why is the ref
He's saying he went down first and then just let go of the ball, but it was close.
Oh, that looked like a live ball.
Yeah.
Can we see that play again?
And remember, he doesn't have to be touched. So.
Right. It is college rules, so if he goes down, then it is not a fumble. I thought that squeezed out of his hand before he hit the turf.
Let's see. It looks like the turf monster gets him.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble all day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with Kenny on this one.
Tri-State.
That is 100% a fumble. No replay.
Didn't get
I
that
can shout it if you folks want. I can shout it from here.
Well, on the PD side, though, Mike. I don't know if we want to do that over them. You know?
Yeah, run around the other side. Run around the other side and shout it. But, okay, so NYPD catches a break there, and it'll be 3rd and 15. O'Connell is now in as Quinlan limped off the field there. A quick pass to Fitzgerald, good for 2 yards, nowhere near a first down. It'll be 4th and 14 for NYPD. They'll be punting it away.
Yeah, and not that any team's good when they're going backwards, but this PD team's been taking penalties, going backwards all day, and not be able to convert those first downs.
On 4th down, 91 to the finest backfield.
All right, so 4th down.
Thomas
Zabransky back to punt here, and it'll be Ramel Joseph in back to receive for the Tri-State Shields. All right, so I don't know that we'll see Quinlan for the rest of the day after that play, Kenny, but good big punt here by Zabransky. Joseph does pick it up inside of his own 20-yard line. And that he's run out of bounds there inside the 20. I actually thought that might have been a horse collar that they didn't call. So reality is we're going to head to a break right now and come back with more NPSFL action after this.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
Okay, back here at Farmingdale. It's 1st down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Tri-State back to pass, way under pressure. Ugart rolls out to his left. He fires and nearly picked off by number 43 for NYPD. That is Christopher Dinko. He is the one that had the interception in the first half. He nearly gets another one. He did jump the route nicely there. Ugart constantly under pressure. What do you see here, Kenny? Oh, this is the punt that we see previously. Where Joseph
tries to
that's where I thought that's a horse collar that they didn't call.
Yeah.
But they ran him out of bounds here. So, all right. It'll be 2nd down and 10 right now for Tri-State. Once again, just no offense here. Part of it stems from the fact that he's not really being protected. They go to an I formation here. That's a new look. I'm expecting a handoff here. And they go with the option here and nothing doing. NYPD all over it. All over it.
Sniff that out from the get-go.
That was number 18, Tyler Harper, on the carry.
And when you're not in that set that much, it's kind of easy to understand what they're doing.
And he's dropped for a loss on that one. So on 2nd down, they try something different just to give a different look. And Effinger on the tackle there. And
I love the option, but that wasn't a pretty one.
Right. All right, here's Ugart in shotgun formation, dual backs with him, and now he's going to go downfield trying to hit it, and that's picked off. Incredibly athletic play. He comes down hard. Who is that? Number, is that 30? He didn't get it? Drop pass.
Offense is coming out here.
It's picked off by number 32.
All right, it is picked off.
Here comes the replay.
Here's the replay. Let's see what we got here, Kenny.
And like Chris Cribbs, he turns into the defender here instead of the receiver. Trying to make a tackle and break that play up.
Yeah, he had the ball there.
Yeah, it looks
that's
like
number
good
30.
intel.
It's number 32 for NYPD. That is Mustafa Young.
It's a good catch. He got up there, Young.
Okay, and O'Connell's back out here, obviously, to take the snaps the rest of the way. Quinlan is up walking around on the sidelines, but after going down on that play, I think we'll probably see O'Connell the rest of the way.
Yeah, why get your main stud beat up anymore, right?
That's right. You can win this game with defense right now. All right, we're going to take a quick break in the action. No, sorry, we're back live. It's my fault.
Cover your ears if you've got the EBR pumping.
Tri-State backed up again. Same old song,
That's
so
right.
we'll see what happens.
Second interception of the day thrown by Ugart, and that will give NYPD a 1st down on the 32-yard line of Tri-State. So 1st and 10. O'Connell goes under center here. He's got Felder in the backfield, and there's the handoff to Felder. Off the left tackle, he's across the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 25-yard line. Felder, the most explosive athlete on the field today.
He's a good running back with great holes up there. I mean, he's got a hole twice the size that he needs to get through there and picks up the 7 yards.
All right.
He's fun to watch, that Felder.
Absolutely. Absolutely. About 8.5 minutes to go here as this ball will be snapped in the 3rd quarter. O'Connell back under center with Felder. He's got Ramirez and Fitzgerald out to his right, McGrain out to his left, and they hand it off to Felder again, who's off the left tackle again, and across the 15-yard line. So he does pick up the 1st down. It'll be right at the 15, and it'll be 1st and 10, Kenny. Here's the play.
Right off the left side again. You got the tight end in there. Number 0 and 79. This is their bread and butter. They got the big boys up front. Run behind them. Let's put another score on the board.
Obenheim, the tight end, and Mauritius Vogel, the left tackle, sealing it there for Felder, as Kenny mentioned. So do they go back to the well here and just try to run it down their throats? They do. And Felder's going to actually cut it back the other way. Nowhere to run. Oh, big move there. Across the 10, across the 5, into the end zone. That is a touchdown for Justin Felder. Thought he might have been going out of bounds, but he stays in. That looked to be a broken play, Kenny, at the beginning, and he cuts it all the way back the other direction, and somebody is going to be having a tough time as we watch this replay as he puts somebody down on the ground with a big-time move.
Here it comes, Felder with the little – oh, look at that beautiful left-hand stiff arm. Gives a little, woo, how you doing?
Number 4, Sean Kern, the victim of a Justin Felder.
Great blocking out there by 88.
Yeah. Sean
Look at
Kern
that.
there.
Oh, he tries to kick him. Just get him down any
We'll
way
come back
possible.
to the replay in a minute. There's the extra point is up and good. We'll hit a quick break here and come back to show you the replay of that touchdown.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
All right, here we are at the kickoff. This will be handled by, who is that? Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. That is, oh yeah, that's number 18. Sorry about that. That is Nick Courtney on the kick, and we have a touchback here. Let's show a replay of the touchdown here. This was Felder again. He's heading to the left, just like he did on the previous 2 plays. And, Kenny, he bounces it out to the outside. What do you see here?
Yeah, look at that. Just a beautiful juke. He's making people look silly out there on that one. Now, 88 with a great block, and he's going to tiptoe on the sidelines. I think my knee would have went out on that.
So Sean Kern, it goes down on the move, and then Kieran Fitzgerald driving a block here and helping Felder, springing him into the end zone. And a tiptoe play, really. Dives into the end zone. Just a great play there by Felder. Individual effort by him to get all the way into the end zone. But a key block by Fitzgerald to put the defender down. Yeah. All right, here's Ugart. 1st and 10 from his own 25-yard line as that kick went into the end zone. He's got 3 out. 3 wide to his right, 2 wide to his left. So empty backfield. They're going 5 wide, and Ugart is throwing on 1st down. It is complete to Cribbs for about 6.
There you go, yeah.
So that will set up a 2nd and 4 for Tri-State.
Here they come again. Quick offense.
That's right. They love the tempo offense. We'll see if they can get NYPD back on their heels. NYPD now with a 14-0 lead, and Ugart under pressure again. Number 45 for NYPD, Maurice Evans applying the pressure. He's the Penn State alum and Giants alum. So Evans, we haven't had a chance to call his name too much on tackles, but he's been in on a few pressure plays.
Yeah, he's getting his pressure. He's making the quarterback roll out of bounds, throw it out. Ugart, he's running for his life back there.
To be honest, as a defensive end, he's not going to have the opportunity for many tackles in this game because they're throwing so often. Right. It's either a sack or he's applying pressure to force Ugart out of bounds. All right, again, they're going 5 wide here. It is 3rd and 4 for Tri-State Shields here. All right, back to pass with jailbreak pressure again, and he is trying to avoid it. He's trying to get rid of it. Can he? He will not. Huge loss on the play. That's a 15-yard loss on the play. That's, I mean, how many different guys got to him there? You call the play. I'll call out the numbers.
Yeah.
Number 58,
3,
Effinger.
10.
Number 3,
56, 32.
Kendall Clark.
Like calling bingo numbers.
36, Jaquay Wilson.
You know, it's only so much can do. You know, it's.
I think he just got it. I mean, I didn't even think he had the opportunity to throw it away. I can't even criticize him for that. Okay, unfortunately, we've called this person's name a lot, and it's David Bonagura again in to kick, punted away for Tri-State. It is 4th and a million, 4th and 20, 4th and 22. He gets it away, not a good kick. He gets a good bounce though, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 for NYPD Finest at the 45-yard line. We'll head to a break, come back with more NPSFL action.
It's over with a 1st down.
All right, 1st and 10 for NYPD finest at the Tri-State 45-yard line. O'Connell in shotgun, and he's going to hand it off. That's to number 2, Woodley, who breaks free past the 30, past the 25, down to the 21-yard line. That's a run.
Woodley's first carry of the
yards.
game?
He had one in
earlier.
in the first half.
That's a nice run by Woodley. Up the
this
middle. Gets a little hurdle here. One of the defenders.
Swing and a miss on a couple of tackles there, but a nice run by Woodley. And you have to figure if NYPD is able to punch this one in, it's going to be really tough for Tri-State to make it back. They haven't been able to do anything offensively. I think what we're starting to see a little bit now, it's been a pretty consistent theme, although NYPD has shot themselves in the foot, Kenny. Their offensive line is a really powerful unit. They've opened up a lot of holes. They've protected the QBs. Here's Woodley off the left tackle. He breaks it up. Breaks it upfield and good for another 12 yards and a first down. It'll lead to a 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like PD's just going to the bread and butter here. They've been doing this for years. They get the big bodies, the big horses, give it to the running back, get upfield, and again, big chunks of yards here.
I think what I'd like to see here, how about a little play action? Give O'Connell a shot here.
Yeah,
they've been running the ball so well. I think you can suck the defense in here on another Woodley carry, but they are going to hand it off to Woodley. He goes off left tackle again. He cuts it up inside. Easy touchdown. Easy money for Woodley. So it's the Felder-Woodley show here in the second half. Back-to-back touchdown drives for NYPD finest, and they go up 20-0, Kenny.
Guess which side of the ball they ran to again, Mike? The left side.
That's right. The left tackle, Mauritius Vogel, has been a stud all day.
I mean, untouched.
Yeah, it really, Woodley had not much to do there. NYPD, tremendous there. I think Matthew Perry in on that block as well at tackle. So showing a lot of prowess on that offensive line. With 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the third quarter, we've got Zabransky in for the extra point. Tough snap there, but they get it sorted, and it is up and good. That makes it 21-0. We'll go to a break, come back with more NPSFL action after this with NYPD leading 21-0.
We frequently either stop looking for signs of hope and praying for a swift end to our agonizing pain. As one who has walked down this road, I can honestly say that nothing I have ever done has given me more hope, more relief, or renew my courage like my relationship to ECAN, especially the reception of my new best friend, Dozer.
All right, FundTheFirst.com is the #1 trusted and free fundraising platform for those who serve their families and their friends. Fund the First is in the business of supporting first responders, military, and medical professionals. Visit FundTheFirst.com today to launch your fundraiser. Okay, we have Nick Courtney in for the kick, and that's a line drive. It hops up into the hands of the Tri-State returner who trying to go left and is ridden down by number 16, Earl Lucas. On the return was number 18, Tyler Harper. So good tackle there by Lucas, chasing down Harper.
Yeah, not a great kick, but not really a great return either. Almost bounced over his head.
Yeah.
Out to the 12-yard line, and Tri-State's going to take over.
So we are going to be at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 from the 19. I don't think that NYPD is going to do anything fancy the rest of this game, Kenny. They've been able to run the ball so easily here and early in the second half that no reason to really switch it up. I'm sure the wide receivers will like a little bit of action here in the second half.
They had their shot.
But they've kept it pretty simple here. So let's see what Ugart can do here. And he is sacked right away. And that ball is loose, but they call him down. No touchdown there. No fumble.
I think that's another fumble. Looked like he was on top of the PD defender.
Yeah, let's see a replay here. Let's see if Kenny's right. So Ugart gets swallowed up right away. And I'll try and catch the number there. That is a fumble. Absolutely. Yeah. Kenny's right the whole way. He never hit the ground. He's not down because he's standing on top of the defender who ripped the ball away. I can't even catch the number of that defender. We'll see if we can catch it in a subsequent replay. But they are going to get it'll be down for a loss of 4 on the play, and here he is on 2nd down and 14, trying to get free, and he is dropped for a loss yet again. That is number 3 on the play. That is Kendall Clark.
Kendall Clark coming up the middle. Excuse me, nice play. Newgard gives this fake almost handoff with no running back there every play.
Yeah.
Seems like get the ball up, get it ready to throw. Because these PD guys, he has a pin back, and they're coming.
3rd and 20 basically here for Tri-State. I mean, 3rd and 19.
I mean, you hope to throw a little screen and get some yardage here, but Tri-State has not done much of anything on offense here today.
Very little. I don't even know if they've been in NYPD territory.
Might be right.
Maybe once, but
and it's the UGOT show, and it's
not much of a show today, unfortunately. No, I can't really blame him. As you said, the pressure's been relentless from NYPD, and here it is again. He's flushed out and brought down for a loss. It's Kendall Clark again. Kendall Clark having a great second half. He actually picked up that fumble that was not called a fumble and would have gotten credit for a touchdown, and then he has effectively back-to-back sacks here. It's 4th down and 20 now, and Tri-State has to punt it. NYPD returner number 84 will be Joseph Moscato.
Yeah, this game was a 7-0 coming out.
And Justin Felder is there as well. They're both set on around the 45-yard line. I think Felder is guiding to see if a ball is kicked near him. He's going to run up and catch it. He drops it, then picks it up, and he's free. He's past the 20 to the 15, 10, 5, cuts it back. He's back across the field. Now running backwards. He's still on his feet, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. In the end zone for a touchdown.
This kid Felder is
sorry
a good running back,
about the pause in the middle of the play call, but Felder darting back and forth. He picks up the short kick, then scrambles down the sidelines, is met with a wall of defenders, makes his way back across the field here, and into the end zone. I don't know how he doesn't get brought down here.
Yeah,
he staves off number 9
Gibson.
On Tri-State, Lamont Gibson, as Kenny said. And Felder kept his feet there and then just dives.
Yeah, we get the sunset and a full moon, and we get to watch Felder.
No, wait a second.
Run all over the field.
All right, I'm just making sure he's getting credit here. I didn't know where they had the ball spotted.
Well,
right,
Felder's got the heavyweight belt on.
Yeah.
I think that's the touchdown show.
Okay, we got a little break in the action here. We'll be right back with more after this.
So how many saw Forrest Gump? Well, I'm Gary Sinise, and I play Lieutenant Dan.
Hello, I'm Gary Sinise, and while you may recognize me from movies or television, my life's mission has been to honor and support our nation's veterans, servicemen and women, first responders, our most severely wounded heroes, the families of our fallen, and those suffering from the invisible wounds of war.
I appreciate everything that you do for our troops.
Thank you for what you do for these veterans.
What you do for the soldiers, God bless you.
I lost my dad.
I know. And we want to show you that we don't forget your dad.
It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect any of this, I was just happy to be alive. So when everyone showed their love and support, it's overwhelming.
Please join me to help us help our defenders who keep us safe and our communities strong. Donate today at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute is a medical center for firefighters, designed by firefighters. As a leading provider of advanced medical screenings, we take pride in offering the best healthcare experience for firefighters and first responders. Since 2002, the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute has been dedicated to screening, diagnosing, and treating first responders and their families each and every day. We provide a broad range of testing and medical care, including cardiac and pulmonary testing, as well as educational seminars focused on firefighter safety throughout the USA and Canada. We are proud to have recently entered into a partnership with the Uniformed Firefighters Association to encourage all firefighters to come in and get tested. New York State awarded a grant to the UFA for testing and cancer screening, and they have partnered with the New York Firefighters Heart and Lung Institute to provide certain services at no cost to the individual. Check out fdnyheart.com or call 516-441-7614 to schedule an individual or group firehouse visit today.
All right, back for the extra point here is Nick Courtney is going to be attempting the kick here to try to make it 28-0. And it is up and good, no problem there. 28-0. NYPD, Kenny, it's a blowout officially. Back to three, really back-to-back big plays by NYPD makes it a 28-0 game. We'll head to a quick commercial break here and come back with the kickoff.
Our mission is providing that support, advocacy, and awareness for organ donation. Be a forever hero, donate life is the message we want to get out there.
As an FDNY firefighter, he was a hero in life. As an organ donor, Billy Moon, also a hero in death.
FDNY firefighter Billy Moon's heart was successfully transplanted into 63-year-old Richard Grell last December.
And as his widow, Christina, processed her heartbreak and her grief, she fulfilled a promise that was made to her husband and donated his organs so others could live. 5 lives were saved in the process.
There are around 103,000 people waiting for a transplant across the country. One person can save 8 lives and improve up to 75 more.
Okay, here's Thomas Zabransky for NYPD for the kickoff. You've got a couple guys back deep for Tri-State. Dynamic kickoff rules, as we've stated. And that one bounces up. And we got a pitch back here for Tri-State. I think Okovi maybe gets that. Yeah, that's Okovi gets that. That was Tyler Harper picks it up. And Okovi gets the ultimate return. You know, organ donation can have a profound impact on not just a recipient, but donors and communities as well. The Billy Moon Foundation strives to be that lifeline of support for those in need. Visit billymoonfoundation.org for more information on how you can register to become an organ donor today. ECAD, Educated Canines Assisting with Disabilities. Their mission is to enable people with disabilities to gain greater independence and mobility through the use of specially educated dogs. Visit ecad1.org to learn more about our Service Dogs program. All right, Kenny, 28-0, minute 42 left in the third. Tri-State's done zip on offense.
Yes, sir.
NYPD has shown us really in these last 10 minutes their explosive nature, led by Justin Felder, who has a kick return for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown, and an explosive couple of plays running the ball, one of which resulted in a touchdown. So NYPD really showing how explosive they are. 36 in the last game, 28 here.
Yeah, and they're not going to change the script there when they get the ball back either.
Yeah. All right, there's Ugart. Gets it out to James Ingram. That's a first down, so NYPD might be a little early to play prevent, but I don't know that they'll be sending the house on every play. But Felder, clearly somebody to be reckoned with in this league for the rest of the season.
Yeah, explosive player, and the teams better be on watch that they're playing the rest of the year because he can score at any point.
Thunder and lightning situation with them, too. Woodley, a bigger back, but obviously he has the ability to punch the ball in and has an explosive play under his belt today as well. Here's Ugart back to pass. He gets it out quickly to Okovi, who drops a pass. Kenny, I think it's got to be his third drop pass today.
I think you're right.
He and Ugart just not on the same page today. NYPD
coverage for the
really good coverage there as well. It wasn't going to be a big gain, but it'll be 2nd and 10 here from the 36-yard line, inside of a minute to go in the third quarter.
And those 3 to 5 yard passes that they're dropping all day, they're not that explosive. They're not going over the top at all. So those are big missed opportunities for them. And now it's 2nd and 10.
Agreed. If you're going to go that route, you have to be. It has to be high completion percentage, and they're not at all. So here's Ugart back to pass. Now he does go deep, and he misses Okovi yet again. Going back to the well, they're just not connecting at all today. he actually had an opportunity there.
Yeah, he was
and
open.
if you can see, what do you see here, Kenny?
Yeah, he
Flag down.
goes a little out route there and then turns upfield.
Out and up. The out and up to Olcovy.
He
and
gets
if
bumped
that,
and
it's 5 yards too long, and we do have a penalty on that one. They're going to walk it off here. 10 yards must have been holding. Did not see the signal. I think it was a holding call. So it'll remain second down, but it'll be second down and 20 from the 26-yard line.
And they have to take those deep opportunities if they want any chance
At this
to
point,
climb back into this game.
At this point, this is all Tri-State trying to make explosive plays happen. And we have a false start.
Yeah, number 11 outside.
I think that's Ingram, James Ingram on the false start.
That's an easy check-in. All you do is look at the ref. He gives you a little nod, and you're onside.
Inspired by everyday heroes like nurses, police officers, teachers, and firefighters who make this country so loved and respected, we keep the military tradition of grabbing a drink to celebrate someone who's got your six. Visit onyour6, the number 6.com today to purchase your first bottle. Here it is on 2nd and 20. Ugart flush out of the pocket. He's going to call his own number. He's running outside past the 30, past the 40. Picks up a huge gain there, and there are penalties at the end of the run, which I think is a personal foul. We got a scuffle there between Tri-State and NYPD, and I will have to sort out these flags. It looked like maybe there was a late hit on NYPD that sparked an argument.
Yeah, I think so. Can't go after the quarterback.
Here's Ugart. Let's see what we got here, Kenny. So he breaks free, a huge run.
Huge run, great run. What he's been doing all day, but
Kendall Clark misses the tackle. Number 59 in pursuit, pushes him out of bounds. That's not a late hit, is it?
No.
Didn't look like it to me.
Like the NYPD guy was just falling out of bounds himself and happened to bump Ugart.
Jaden Farrow was in pursuit. So here's the wide angle here. You see Jaden Farrow in pursuit. Kendall Clark misses the tackle. And you have somebody blocked at the end of the play there into Ugart.
Yeah, I agree. But somebody took a little offense to it. So.
But then there was some punches thrown. Let me talk a minute about the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Since 9/11, they've been helping America's heroes by providing mortgage-free homes to Gold Star and fallen first responder families. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is also committed to eradicating veteran homelessness and helping America to never forget September 11th, 2001. Visit t2t.org for more information or to make your donation today. How about a shout-out to my Uncle John? My Uncle John, I believe watching at home, NYPD for 31 years. He served as a police officer in the 90th Precinct in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Before Williamsburg was cool.
Yeah,
it was a very different place. But he served there for many years, so hi to him and thank him for his service. Also a veteran, so have to get that in whenever possible. We thank his service, everybody's service here on the field today. NYPD, Tri-State has gentlemen from all over the Tri-State area, NYPD, Port Authority, Department of Corrections, from various states and counties in this Tri-State area. Tri-State area being New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, for those from outside of the Tri-State area that aren't familiar with that term. So here we go. Ugart back to pass. He's got third and short, and that one is complete to number 3, and that is Jamar Sanchez, who gets right up to the first down marker, and they give them the first down.
There you go.
How about that?
Well, they're sniffing on the other side of the field here.
Third and forever. He picks up a big play, and now they have the first down. I think those penalties must have been offsetting, by the way. We never sorted that out. The yard line didn't move, and the down did not change. So I think we had offsetting on sportsmanlike penalties there. And that's the end of the third. 28-0. NYPD will head to a break and come back with fourth quarter action.
My mom was the most amazing person in my life.
I would definitely consider my mom as a hero.
I love and miss my mom
very much. The worst day of my life was the day that my mother was murdered on July 5th, 2017. That same night in the hospital, when my brother and sister asked me who was going to take care of them after I had to break the horribly tragic news that our mother had been murdered, I said, I will take care of you.
There are over 1,000 families that need our help. Tunnel to Towers is honoring those heroes that risked their lives by providing them with mortgage-free homes.
First responders are human too. They have fears and families that they need to come home to. For just $11 a month, you can give back to these heroes who gave up so much for you and ensure that their families will always have a home.
Please donate $11 a month by visiting tunneltotowers.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST. Thank you.
Okay, fourth quarter action from Farmingdale, New York, National Public Safety Football League. NYPD Finest 28, Tri-State Shields 0. But here's the first play of the fourth quarter. It'll be 1st and 10, and we have a penalty. That is a false start on James Ingram yet again. He's nailed with a false start there. He's the wideout.
Flag is down.
And he's complained to the ref, but it's his second offside, his second false start penalty in the last few minutes.
Something's going on over there.
So, all right, we'll see if UGAR can make something happen. We'll see if we can make this fourth quarter interesting with some explosive plays. Don't want it to get too chippy. Games like this can get that way. And there's too much on the line for these guys on and off the field for it to get like this. But Tri-State trying to avoid falling to 1 and 2 going to be hard now, and NYPD off to an incredible start. A 36-6 victory over Roanoke in their first game of the season a couple of weeks ago, and now here up with a 28-point lead. Their second blowout of the season. Here's Ugart back to pass into Romel Joseph through his hands and off the foot of number 16 from NYPD. That is Earl Lucas.
Yeah, and speaking of Roanoke, they're in action tonight against the Boldest, the New York City Corrections, and Boldest up big, 35-6.
Got it. So there we go. A little bit more action from around the country. There are over a dozen teams in the NPSFL in Week 8 action. Yeah, NYPD Finest against Tri-State, and then the Boldest and Roanoke. Kenny just gave you that update. Week 9 will be Boldest against the FDNY Bravest. That's Friday night next week.
Let's go.
From Brooklyn, and then NYPD Finest at Dallas. So they'll travel to play the Dallas Defenders next week. That will be a huge game as they take on that Dallas team. Here we go. Ugart back to pass. He's under pressure yet again. Flushed out to his left. He tries to loft it downfield, intended for number 3, Jomar Sanchez, but falls incomplete and out of bounds. And in terms of records on the season, Chicago PD Enforcers 3-0 on the season. The Charlotte Cobras 2-1. Finest trying to move to 2-0 here, and FDNY Bravest at 1-1 on the season. The FDNY Bravest only defeat came. When was that?
It was last week at in Nashville against the Chicago team.
That's right. So there we go. They lost 19-3. So tough one for the Bravest. We'll be calling that game next week live on the NPSFL network as the Boldest will travel to Brooklyn to take on the Bravest in a home game. Friday Night Lights, excited to bring that to you. It'll be me on the call yet again. Again, I'm your host, Mike Blewett, along with Kenny DeForest on the color commentary today. Here's Ugart out to pass. He's trying to stiff arm the defender. It does not work. Number 10, Manny Tejada, really good linebacker.
Yeah.
Shows his speed there, gets after Ugart and drops him for a huge loss. It'll be 4th and very long. That makes it, 10, 15, more than that. That's basically a 15-yard loss, and 30, 25, 26, 4th and 26. And Bonagura out once again to punt and back for NYPD. You've got, is that McGreen, I believe? McGreen is back there along with Moscato.
And D-line linebackers for PD just They're getting after it here. They know the script from Tri-State, and it's not much. So
it's a boring trope to talk about football in a battle of the trenches, but it's true here yet again today. NYPD has dominated on both sides of the line. UGuard has not had time to throw, and they've had huge holes out. Moscato catches that tiptoe catch on the sidelines. Now he's across midfield. He's back across the field. He cuts upfield across the 45 to the 41-yard line. Incredible catch by Moscato on the sidelines. Tiptoe catch and fingertip catch, and he makes something happen. What do you see here, Kenny?
That's a great return. Great blocking. He's reading his blocks, slow and steady. He's pointing the guys out. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Kicks it back to the left. He's going to switch hands there.
Right across midfield. A nice return there for Moscato.
Great return for PD, and we know what's coming.
Yeah.
Run play up the middle, behind the horses.
Yeah, we'll see if Felder gets the rest of the night off. I'm not sure if he's out there right now. We'll take a look as they break the huddle here. We got a new look in the backfield here. It's going to be number
26.
26. That's Jerry Brown. And O'Connell is in shotgun formation. He's under pressure and dumped for a loss by number 44. That's Brian Malone. Member of the Yonkers Fire Department. Stands at 5'11", 215. Malone is in on the sack there. So O'Connell, tough start to the series for O'Connell. 5-yard loss on the play. Be 2nd and 15. We're under 13 minutes as this ball will be snapped. We'll see if they can get a little bit of offense going here. I think they're going to try and run clock as best they can here, Kenny.
Yeah, well, we said that the play before, and they wind up looking for a pass play. So
good point.
Who knows? We don't know nothing.
Great point. It's all a guessing game, Kenny. So NYPD here, O'Connell back to pass. He's looking to throw again under pressure. That ball's complete to number 14. That is Mike Miller, but a flag is down, and I think it's a holding call.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it surprises me they're coming out and passing, but maybe they just want to see what O'Connell can give them a little bit.
Probably that,
they got some tough games coming
up
on the road.
Quinlan got banged up a little bit today. We don't know if O'Connell's going to have to play the next game.
But a good pitch and catch nonetheless, and they're not taking their foot off the pedal just yet.
No. And now they're going to have to throw because they're 2nd and 1,000,000. It'll be 2nd and 25 to be more precise. So here's O'Connell jogging back onto the field. Let's see what they brought in for him on this play call.
Yeah, and I would say it's going to be a pass, but who knows, Maybe a draw.
I might stabilize it here, give Brown a carry to get him in the mix. And they do. They pitch it out to Brown. He's going to cut it back, and makes a couple of moves.
Yeah, he's dancing back there,
but he gets just back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 25 yet again.
Yeah, not too many plays in the playbook for a 2nd and 25 they have, nor a 3rd and 25. So
you raise a good point, Kenny. So
maybe get half here and get the punt team out. Up big in the 4th quarter.
28-0 is the spread right now. 11.5 minutes to go. And 3rd and 25. O'Connell probably looking to throw here. Let's see what we got. Got Mike Miller out. Moscato lined up. And Jerry Brown in the backfield. And O'Connell is flushed out of the pocket. He throws and has somebody.
That's a great catch back there.
That is a good catch. Who do we get there? That's number 82, Amarion Jones. First time we've called his number today. And a pass complete for 15, I believe. Just almost about 13 yards on the play. That'll lead to a 4th and 12. From the Tri-State 42-yard line. It's obviously not a kicking situation. And with a 28-point lead, just be aggressive, go for it. See if you can pick up the first down.
Yeah.
Run some more clock.
Maybe try a play you haven't used a lot and see how it works here. There's not a real need to do anything crazy, though.
All right, O'Connell in shotgun formation. Brown to his left. He is back to pass, and he's got somebody downfield. That ball is complete. Caught for a touchdown. What a catch. Fights off the defender. That's Anthony Porcelli. First catch of the day, and it's a touchdown. That's a great throw and a great job by Porcelli fighting off the defender. You see right here. What do you see, Kenny?
Yeah, a little two-step drop back. Porcelli just running down the left side, right on the hashes. TB tries to make a play, and
the defender
just
did try to swing at it. He was in tight coverage, but Porcelli wins out, and that's going to make it 34-0. And this is Zabransky in for the extra point to try to make it 35. Snap is good. Kick is up and good. That makes it 35-0. NYPD finest running away with this one with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll head to a break and come back with more NPSFL Network action.
For over 2 decades, Rigging NYC Contractors, Inc. has been the go-to provider of rigging services in New York City. Specializing in construction and industrial rigging, as well as machinery moving, we are dedicated to delivering safe and timely solutions. Our team consists of licensed master riggers, operating engineers, Teamster drivers, steam fitters, and iron workers. No matter the industrial or construction application, we have the lifting solution for you. In addition to rigging services, we offer specialized trucking services to handle equipment and materials. Our fleet of tractor trailers and experienced drivers make us the premier choice for New York trucking, including oversized freight and heavy loads. When it comes to rigging, trust the experts, the licensed master riggers at Rigging NYC Contractors. Contact us today for more information and let us make your next project a resounding success.
All right, here's Nick Courtney lining up for the kickoff here. 35-0 NYPD up on Tri-State Shields. And that one is picked up by Okovi. He's across the 25. He tries to bounce it out to the outside, and he's going to be wrangled at the 26-yard line, which is where Tri-State will take over 1st and 10, see if UGART can make something happen. They did get into NYPD territory last time, ever so briefly, but were not able to do anything with it, and we'll see what Tri-State can do on this possession. Just under 10 minutes to go, Kenny. 35-0. I don't think the result is in doubt. The score may still be, but the result is not in doubt. And this will be 2 games in a row, that NYPD has put up at least 35 points in their opponents. So they have a lot going on.
Yeah, powerhouse indeed. So, and they're packing their bags for Cowboy Country, going to Dallas next week. So
yeah,
we're going to see what they can bring down there.
Yeah, so it's tough back-to-back games here. They obviously get a big win here today, but going down to Dallas, that will determine a lot of what can happen in the NPSFL. Here we go. Ugart back to pass. That is intended for number 3, Jamar Sanchez, but Manny Tejada there to break it up.
Yeah, Ugart staying in the pocket there. Almost seems like the first time today. Yeah. Looking for his receiver, no fancy feet, and puts it on the receiver. Just another drop by the Tri-State.
I called Tejada's number.
Crew.
That's my fault. That was not Tejada on the tackle. That was Ime on the tackle, or on the pass breakup. So here we go. Ugart is flushed out yet again. Number 90, number 70 in pursuit, but he does throw back across the field. It's complete to Jamar Sanchez. In pursuit of Ugart on that play was Kevin Ferguson, number 90, and Matthew Weiss, number 70. You see them pursuing him here, but Ugart does the thing that they tell you not to do, which is throw back across the middle of the field late, but he does it positively here as Jamar Sanchez grabs it and makes it 3rd and 8 for Ugart.
Yeah, hits the brakes there and comes back, finds an open receiver.
Very athletic.
Yeah,
you can see he's got a good arm. He's a left-handed QB that can run and throw the ball. He's just not had any time to throw today. He's back to pass here. He goes down the sidelines, and it is picked off. That ball is picked off by Earl Lucas, who's working his way across the field. He's getting some blocks here but Lucas is finally tackled at the 36-yard line. Earl Lucas has been on a few plays today, and he has an interception there. Ball was overthrown, but a nice catch and run there by Lucas.
Yeah, and the receiver was turned around. He didn't even know the ball was over his head. Interception. Now there's a flag on the field as well. So
I assume that flag happens during the return. You see Ugart.
Yeah, the receiver doesn't even know the ball's in the air at this point. So he's
That's
waiting.
Okovi again.
Yeah,
They're just not on the same page. Lucas stays off the turf on that one.
Two different playbooks.
But a nice return. I think we
Okovi
got a
and
hold in the
Ugart.
return. Okay. Hold on the return. So it goes from the 39-yard line to the 49-yard line. 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth. And at the Gary Sinise Foundation, we serve our nation by honoring our defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. We do this by creating and supporting unique programs designed to entertain, educate, inspire, strengthen, and build communities. Visit GarySiniseFoundation.org to learn more on how you can contribute to our mission. Here's Anthony O'Connell under center I formation. That's handed off to number 30. Is that 38? 36. Jaquay Wilson. So Jaquay Wilson, first time we've called his name today. On offense, I think he might have been playing a little bit of defense as well earlier. We see that a lot in this league. Guys playing both ways, getting opportunities to play, right? These guys have very serious day jobs, and they're doing this for the love of the game, right? You did it for 16 years.
Yeah,
so
it's all for the love of the game.
Right.
I mean, it's their own time, it's their own dime, and they're just out here trying to elongate their career.
Right, and you want the opportunity, obviously, to get some snaps however you can, right? So some guys will play both ways just to try to increase their playing time.
Yeah, without a doubt, special teams. A lot of guys, maybe they don't start at receiver or DB, but
Right.
show some special teams prowess, and they can get out there on the field.
So in your 16 years, after this play, we'll ask you a question here. Here's O'Connell, gets the handoff. They are stacked up there. I think that's Wilson again on the carry. No, that's number 38. Sorry. Number 38. That's my fault. I was saying 36. Eugene Whitehead at running back.
Daniel
got
Perez
the jerseys.
on the tackle.
The jerseys mixed up. Perez on the tackle. So in your 16 years for the FDNY Bravest, you've been on the job for over 20 years now, correct? What is the thing that you think about the most rewarding thing about being able to play for Bravest?
Playing for, well, I would say probably honoring the members. We lost 9/11.
Right.
I was not a part of the team then. I got on in 05. And every year we honor the members. We take an away trip, and we watch a film about the brothers, and we talk about them. So, great play there.
Yeah.
I might.
Porcelli again. O'Connell down deep to Porcelli. Big first down. That O'Connell-Porcelli combination might be one to look out for. And O'Connell took a hit there as he was throwing, but Porcelli winning the one-on-one battle again, Kenny.
Yeah, just up the sideline. And I tell you, I'm pretty surprised they're throwing the ball, but they're throwing it well. So maybe they're trying to get a groove for Dallas, and they're doing what they got to do.
And that gets them the first down. They can probably run the ball a couple of times here, burn some clock. So appreciate you mentioning that. We obviously honor 9/11 through some of the ads we do and some of the reads we're able to do. And obviously a big part of the FDNY community and heritage is people whose lives were lost in 9/11. I can speak for people that I knew personally, firefighter Michael Brennan, a high school classmate and football teammate of mine, was part of Ladder 54 and was lost in 9/11. So I have personal connections to it. I think everybody really in the tri-state area has personal connections to it. Not it's the only area of the country that has those personal connections, but clearly it runs pretty deep in the people that we lived with, went to high school with, college with, and beyond.
Yeah, without a doubt. The Bronco Pearsons, the Cawleys, all these gentlemen and men and these heroes I never knew, but I felt like I knew them through the years of just repeating their names and telling the stories and hearing the stories year after year after year. And these guys, they might have passed away, but their legacies live on, big time.
Yeah, very important, obviously, this league and FDNY Bravest and beyond. So, okay, here's O'Connell down the middle. That one picked off. James Ingram picks it off. He did not see that coming, and Ingram running it back and pushed out of bounds at the 40. A little risky there from O'Connell. I think Ingram baited him into that, made it look like he was going to get an easy touchdown, but Ingram makes the play. Ingram, a big veteran player here, played on NYPD for years. And here's O'Connell trying to fire one down the middle of the field, and he had Porcelli again, but Ingram steps in front of it. We'll come back. Kenny and I will keep chatting about a variety of different topics on the NPSFL network broadcast. NYPD up 35-0. All right, we're back. Ugart with 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Tries to go to Okovi again. They really are dedicated to going to that combination.
Trying to get
Ugart to Okovi, and they have not really connected for much at all
lost
today.
their shoe out there.
Okovi's going one shoe.
No wonder he can't catch the ball.
Going in his socks here. But with just over 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, interception prevents it from getting to 42-0, but it'll be first. It is now 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. After the Ingram interception, that first down pass incomplete, and here's Ugart in shotgun formation. He gets a quick one out to Jamar Sanchez that falls incomplete. Kenny, you were talking about 9/11 and what it means to FDNY. I think it's worth noting that clearly members of the NYPD and people of the Tri-State Shields community as well lost people in just the same manner. They honor them every year as well. And here's Ugart throwing downfield to Okovi, incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 10. So obviously we honor all members of all the forces that were responsive that day and in the months afterwards, doing everything that needed to be done after 9/11. So we honor it as best we can on these broadcasts. And we appreciate you all listening to everything that we do here on these broadcasts. We are doing our best to bring as many of these games to you, and we will have action here next week on the NPSFL network. Like we said, it's going to be the NYC Boldest, the Department of Corrections, versus the FDNY Bravest. That's next Friday night from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game for both teams in the standings.
No doubt about it. So, all right, here's Tri-State. 3rd down, and 5. Ugart tries to make something happen there. That pass falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down.
They're trying a little Mahomes there, but...
Yeah, 4th down territory really has been for quite a while now for Tri-State. We'll see if Ugart can make something happen here.
And the winner of next week's FD Correction game still has a shot at the national title because they're both going to wind up playing PD. And if they can knock PD off, then they're going to get the points to move on to the championship.
Yeah, so these games start to become really important, as you said, in the standings to see, all right, that pass on 4th down, incomplete to Jamar Sanchez. Ugart hit him right in the hands.
Yeah, Mike, I want to see the stat line of how many drop passes today because
it's tough.
It's got to be double digits at this point.
Yeah. All right, NYPD going to take the ball over. We'll head to a quick break right now and come back to try to finish out the fourth quarter. Okay, 4 minutes, 47 seconds left. NYPD Finest takes over 1st and 10 from the Tri-State 43-yard line. O'Connell in shotgun. He's back to throw, and he's hit as he throws. That ball is loose. I don't think they called that an incomplete pass. I believe that's going to be ruled a fumble, and it'll be a 1st down for Tri-State. That is correct. Look, Kenny, I'm watching this replay, and I see his arm going forward, but
I do too.
I think that is debatable, though. I think it's a close call.
It's close, and, well.
A couple of the other ones I thought they missed earlier, but here they get it right. Here it is again. O'Connell, I want to get who had him on the hit there.
28 possibly, but either way, the ref calls a tri-state ball, so.
I think that might have been Joey Maniscalco on the hit, 5'8", 210. Maniscalco, he is PD as well. Here's Ugart back to pass. 1st and 10, number 58 of the NYPD pressuring, but Ugart gets away from him. Now he's past the line of scrimmage. He's past the first down marker. Picks up 10, 12, 15 on the play. I thought he was dead to rights. Number 58, Daniel Effinger, I thought had him.
Back and forth, covering way more than the 15 yards.
You got looking like Dave Meggett back there.
Ultimately earning a first down.
He avoids a sack and picks up 15 yards on the play. It's first down.
He's exciting to watch too. He's just not getting a lot of protection up front, and I don't know, the pass plays. It just seems like everybody's on a different page almost.
He gets out of bounds there. It stops the clock. So 4 minutes, 19 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 from the NYPD 41-yard line. Ugart back to pass. He goes down the sidelines. That ball is well short and incomplete. I think if nothing else, they're just trying to get on the scoreboard at this point.
Yes,
they don't
you're
want
right.
to get blanked.
So the defense is trying to keep them off.
Correct.
The defense loves those goose eggs.
Correct.
Loves them.
So 36-6, and now 35-0. They are trying to post their first shutout of the season. We'll have a post-game interview after this, see who we can get. Kenny DeForest will be down on the field to ask a couple of questions before we close things out. But at 35-0, I think we know, I think we have a pretty good idea who might be the player of the game.
Yeah, I do.
So we'll see if we can get a chance to talk to Justin Felder after the game. He's got 2 touchdowns on the day. Obviously breaks off a couple of big runs, one of which resulted in a touchdown, and then had the punt return for the touchdown as well, which really blew the game open.
Mm-hmm.
It was already starting to get out of control. That made it 28-0. And then that was the ball game. Tri-State, again, hasn't really done much on offense. We'll see if they can get something done here late. Goes to Okovi again, and that one is now picked off by NYPD, by number 31, Adam Landisberg, who's up the sidelines and pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Adam Landisberg.
Yeah, trying to get something done out there, but
Jomar Sanchez.
And that happens with 3 minutes and 32 seconds left. Just over the head of Okovi and Landisberg with a nice play there.
Find themselves at their own.
There's that goose egg. Sealed it.
You would think. I think you're going to see some running plays here to try to drain clock. We'll hit the 2-minute warning after a couple of plays, and then it'll be up to NYPD to close it out. Maybe it'll get to victory formation. Yeah. Okay, folks, 3.5 minutes left. He's throwing downfield there.
Ooh.
Jump ball, nearly picked off and then nearly caught. Jump ball there for O'Connell. So we're still throwing, Kenny.
Yeah, 50-50 balls they're throwing up. And 35-0, you know. And points don't really matter in this league. When you win a game, you get the points that the team represents from the year prior.
Right.
So NYPD's a 5 from winning the championship. I'm not sure what Tri-State was. Probably 3. So PD's going to pick up those 3 points.
So I think it's really what you were talking about earlier, Kenny. With Quinlan a little hobbled today, and we've seen him walking around the sideline, so we don't know if it's going to hinder him for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But O'Connell getting more snaps, I think they want to see what they might have in him, especially considering they're playing just 7 days from now in Dallas. All right, here's O'Connell rolling out to his right, and he's hit, but he gets it off in time, just short. That is intended for Joe Moscato and incomplete. So it'll be third down and 10 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. I'll take it the rest of the way as Kenny gets set up for an interview. See if we can get to talk to Justin Felder. If not, it'll be somebody else that's starred in today's game. So with a 3rd and 10 from the 48-yard, their own 48-yard line, O'Connell in the shotgun formation, 3 guys to his right, 1 to his left. Somebody in the backfield, and they go with a quick hitting pass to Mike Miller, who catches the ball stiff arm across the 50, but thrown down.
Mike Miller,
and
spun down by 8 Daniel Perez.
They'll be at the 49-yard line of Tri-State on 4th down. So call that 4th and 7.
4th down from the Shields, 49.
All right, beautiful night here in Farmingdale, New York. It's been a very lopsided affair, but hopefully you've been entertained at home by watching the explosive play of NYPD. This is a 13-time champion and the team that is trying to repeat after winning in 2024. And here's O'Connell back to pass yet again on 4th down, and he's down the middle to Moscato. He's got him 1st down and more across the 35-yard line, and that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. Two-minute warning. We'll head to a flag. So we'll head to a. Is this the 2-minute warning? Let me just stay with the broadcast here.
NYPD holding is the call.
Holding. So that one's going to get called back. Moscato.
4th down.
Okay, we're at the 2-minute warning. I just want to make sure we're taking an actual break here.
2 minutes. 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay, that's it. So 2-minute warning official. We'll head to a break and come back to close out this game. Okay, here we go. 2 minutes and 2 minutes exactly on the clock. Sorry, 35 seconds. 35-0 NYPD. It'll be 4th down. Desperation time to try to get a 1st down to close this game out. It is.
Punt formation for.
They're punting here. Okay, it's Zabransky into punt.
Zabransky.
So closing this game out for NYPD may very well happen on defense. We'll see what Tri-State can do offensively. They are going after it right now. Ingram normally and they take the. We've got another 5-yard penalty here. Illegal formation. False start on NYPD.
5 yards more.
Well, if you're serious about winning some money, stop what you're doing and head to takingvegas.com. Their free play record this year is 22-12, and right now they are offering 7 free days of their top play service for our NPSFL network audience. Winning is great, but Taking Vegas is legendary. Visit takingvegas.com to start winning today. Here's Zabransky back to punt. He gets it off, and it is end over end, but they get a good bounce here. It'll roll outside. It'll roll out of bounds, at the 36-yard line, and it'll be Tri-State. The Tri-State Shields will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 with 1 minute and 51 seconds to go. NYPD up 35-0. Shields just trying to put something on the board here to make this not a shutout. Okay. So here we go, folks. 1 minute, 51 seconds to go. We got Ugart trying to make magic happen. Not enough magic to tie this game up, but maybe enough to put it in the end zone so they get on the board. Kenny DeForest will be down on the sidelines after the game. Here we go. Fakes the handoff, heads outside. He does finally hit Okovi, who steps out of bounds. Good for 5 yards.
Over there making sure, 54, Jonathan Bennett Cameron.
And he's out of bounds. 1:45 to go in the fourth.
Taking out to the 42, second down.
All right, 42-yard line here. 2nd and 5. Here, Ugart in the backfield. He's got number 18, Tyler Harper, standing next to him. 3 out to his left, 1 out to his right. He's under pressure yet again. Number 90 chasing him down. That is Kevin Ferguson. We'll see on the replay who was able to get the sack here. He's pursued by multiple players. Number 56 maybe in on that play, Tristan Saab.
Kevin Ferguson, 56, Tristan Saab.
And number 50 also in on the play, Rashawn Williams. So 3 guys in there. We're approaching a minute to go. It's 3rd and 12 here for Tri-State. He does hit Ingram over the middle. Ingram gets a block and barrels ahead across the 40-yard line.
Ingram, last man unstacking for the finest 54, Jonathan.
So we're inside of a minute to go. 4th down.
4th down for the Shields at the 41.
So this is the last-ditch effort for Tri-State to try to get a 1st down, try to get on the board. And here's Ugart back to pass. He fires to Jomar Sanchez, who drops it again. And it'll be victory formation for NYPD at 35-0.
By 59, Jaden Farrow.
35-0, 35 seconds to go. And that's how this game's going to end. It'll be NYPD taking on the Dallas Defenders next week. It'll be us broadcasting the NYC Boldest against the FDNY Bravest live from Brooklyn. So thank you to everybody that joined us today. We're going to have Kenny DeForest here in a minute. We'll have the customary handshakes at midfield. Obviously, both teams played their hearts out. NYPD just too much today for Tri-State. Great on both sides of the ball, particularly on the lines of scrimmage. They opened up huge holes for Woodley and Felder on their touchdown runs, protecting O'Connell and Quinlan throughout the day as they set up shop for a couple of touchdown passes. Sean Obenheim with a touchdown catch, and Anthony Porcelli with the big touchdown catch from O'Connell. So each of the QBs with a touchdown pass. Felder with 2 touchdowns, 1 running, 1 returning, and Woodley with the rushing touchdown. So here it is, victory formation, and that'll be it. That's O'Connell.
Anthony O'Connell.
So that's it. It'll be handshakes. We'll set up for Kenny DeForest. We'll head to a quick break right now and come back with that post-game interview.
Ever wonder who helps our everyday heroes when they need support? Enter fundthefirst.com, a unique crowdfunding platform dedicated to first responders, their families, and their friends. Unlike typical sites, we don't take a cut. Every dollar goes directly to those in need. Whether it's for emergency medical bills, family emergencies, or equipment, fundthefirst.com is there. It's our chance to give back to those who risk it all for us. From police officers to firefighters, these heroes deserve our support. Want to make a real impact? Check out fundthefirst.com and show our heroes that we've got their backs. It's time to support those who always support us.
All right, we're back here. 35-0 the final. We'll get it down to Kenny DeForest on the sidelines with player of the game, Justin Felder.
Ken DeForest here with Justin Felder, the NYPD. Big win by you guys, 35-0 of a hometown rival. How do you think about that game? How'd it go?
It was tough in the beginning. We were trying to figure some things out. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot with penalties, but went into halftime, made some adjustments, and we came on in the second half and played how we should.
Yeah, you guys had a slow first half, included yourself a couple good runs, and then came out the second half. You had 2 beautiful touchdowns, a running play, and then the punt return. Did the game plan change for you, or you just got more looks?
No, the game plan didn't change at all. We were really pass heavy in the first half. Second half, we decided to just run the ball and impose our will. And eventually, they're a very, very good team, but not a lot of depth. So as the game went on, started to wear them down. And then third, fourth quarter, it was all she wrote.
That's beautiful. Our MVP of the game, Justin Felder. You guys are going to Dallas next week, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the outlook for that game?
Same approach. Go down there, it's going to be hot, a little different environment than we're used to, but get down there, travel a little bit early, get used to the temperature, get used to the time change, and then be able to just do what we know we can do, and then come back and get ready for FD.
There you go. Out to Cowboy Country, NYPD next week. Justin Felder, our MVP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good game. Congratulations. See you next week.
All right, that's it. That's Kenny DeForest with player of the game, Justin Felder, 2 touchdowns on the day. 35-0 NYPD, finest dominant over the Tri-State Shields. For Kenny DeForest, I'm Mike Blewett. I'd like to thank T&D Sports Productions. This has been a T&D Sports production. To Andy Singleton, to Kenny DeForest, to John Heffernan, my normal color commentator whose son is getting married. I hope you're having a great time today. We'll see you again soon. So thanks to everybody, all of our sponsors, and to everybody for watching. We'll see you next week on the NPSFL Network.